Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Coaching from the Couch. This is your Washington Commanders update. And here we are again, Candi and Wole checking in as we do to give you all the latest and greatest updates on the Washington Commanders. Because of the way that the offseason is already going for the Commanders, guess what? You're going to be seeing a lot of us, it looks like.
Yeah, facts. There's a lot going on.
Because there's a lot going on. I think I've been on with Wole now. This is the third time this week. I think I've
Facts.
seen
It
Wole.
is. It
I've
is
been
the
on
third time this week.
several other shows this week. So thanks everybody for for wanting to hear me and hear my insight. And of course, always amazing to collaborate with Wole. We're gonna go ahead and go through the housekeeping items because there's so much to discuss. Make sure
Mhm.
you are subscribed to the Urban Sports Scene and Bowie TV on all platforms. If you're watching from YouTube, make sure you're hitting the thumbs up. You can go ahead and share the link, do all the things to get us in the algorithm
Yes.
for your Washington Commanders loving family and friends. This yet again is a live Bowie television recording because why not? We may as well
Yeah.
because there's a lot to discuss
Yes.
in general. And if you are in Prince George's County, Maryland, and you have not cut your cable, you can find Bowie TV on Comcast channels 190 and 1097. There's just going to be a lot to discuss. It's just never ending right now, it seems like. I know I said on Monday I was not going to get any rest this off season, and I haven't. I
Yeah.
haven't. If I look like I haven't, it's because I haven't. So I try. So, but I'm trying. I'm trying to do better. Wole knows how I am, so I'm going to publicly apologize because I'm the reason why we were late.
Oh my gosh. We don't gotta talk about it. Jeez
I'm
Louise. Let
sorry.
that thing go. Let it go.
I'm sorry, Wade. I'm sorry. I was all ready to go earlier, and then everything just started going everywhere.
Look, man,
Um,
we know this. We know how it is, man. Like like this time of year, in terms of when your team is not in the playoffs and coaches lose jobs, man. It's busy.
it
It's
is.
busy. It's
It
busy.
is. And everybody knows Bowie TV covers two teams that are going through all kinds of changes right now.
And
So
y'all doing a fantastic job too. Doing a fantastic
thank
job covering and like giving people good, solid information. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
mhm.
Thank you. Thank you. So you all the same rules apply. We, accept super chats and thanks and all that. We will give priority. Well, thank you. Yes. Me
Yeah,
and Kalina was just
yeah.
talking about money. We were like,
You ain't lying about that.
so, yes, we gotta get this thing rolling. It's like,
Shoot.
nah.
I
Uh,
know, I know, I know about life. Don't get it twisted.
so
No, they ain't no psych. They ain't no psych about that. I get it. I understand.
but appreciate that compliment for sure. So we do accept, speaking of which, we do accept super
Super
chats
chats, yes. That's
all
why.
anytime. So go ahead and pay up. It's like, let me stop.
If you want your chat, hey, I got you, okay. If you want your chat to be highlighted, yes, you're right. Pay up, pay up. It's like I'm playing. I'm not that serious. I'm not that serious.
But any questions, we'll try to star as many of them as we
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
So that I would tell the commanders, be like, y'all got me. I ain't even talking to my mama unless she come on the show. Somebody text her and tell her I'm doing the show because I don't even know if I told her.
That's wild. That's wild. Come on now. She
And
gotta
then
get her.
yeah, I got it. I'm gonna call her. I promise.
Yeah,
And
let
when
her
I be
know,
talking
man.
to her,
We
this
got
is
routines in life. We got routines in
yes,
life. Mama
this
Waller pulls up. That's the routine. We know
exactly,
life is good.
exactly. And then she was just like, if I'm get quiet, she be like, "What are you working?" And I be like, "Yes." She be like, "I'll call you later." Okay, all right. So I already see best case scenario for OC just happened.
What
I don't know
happened?
what's going on. I don't know.
What
The
just
setup,
happened? Like, what you
maybe
mean
it
just
did.
happened?
I don't
Hey,
know.
elaborate. I'm not on X right now, so I can get the updates. So elaborate.
Because
What
he
just
talked
happened?
about Mike McDaniel being available.
I mean, that happened this weekend.
That
In
happened
the
this morning.
afternoon, this morning. So are you talking about? He said just happened. So I need to know. If it's
Yeah,
Mike McDaniel, then
I
yeah,
don't,
that's a
I
whole
don't,
different
I don't
discussion.
have.
Like,
Um,
oh, Mike McDaniel. Yeah, we know. Yeah, yeah. We gonna talk about that. We gonna tap
right.
in, bro. We gonna tap
Yeah,
in with that, bro.
we gonna get there.
We gonna tap into that.
I'm about to say, hold on,
Yeah,
because
I'm about to say there's another one.
and,
There was something else.
here's the thing that needs to, well, let me back up. Couple things. We are going to go through Adam Peters and Dan Quinn's press conference
Mm-hmm.
from Monday, because now it is absolutely well timed. We already knew some things were going to happen, didn't really want to dive into the press conference too much, and plus we just didn't have time to really dive into it because it was so much to discuss from the season overall that it was just important. But we are going to dive into it tonight because I think that now with the way everything, everybody's had a few days to think about the season. We know firings have happened.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of like really thinking through and really analyzing and digging into what they said on Monday.
Yeah, I think there were clues within all that too, like you said.
Exactly.
That's kind of led us to this point. Like I said, I thought the press conference was very telling. Well, you'll show it, but that's why I was like not surprised at what happened. But then what we heard after that press conference was that too when the firings happened on Tuesday.
The firings happened Tuesday morning.
Yeah, Tuesdays. Yes, I wasn't surprised that after the presser, I wasn't surprised that the firings happened on Tuesday. So yeah.
And so we'll see, because even with 25% of the NFL has a head coach vacancy.
Yeah.
25%. And many of the folks that everybody would want, whether it's a Raheem Morris, whether it's a Mike McDaniel, whether it's a Brian Flores, or whomever the case may be, guess what? They're all interviewing for head coaching positions. Every single last one of them. Everybody that you all would want as an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator, guess what? They're all interviewing for head coaching positions, which they more than likely would get, because it's that many availabilities right now.
Yeah.
And anybody that would be next in line could easily go, because for every head coach opening, there's like double that of offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator and special teams coordinator even roles open. So I'm not trying to discourage anybody, but what I am doing is setting a stage of objectivity and just being very realistic about the situation.
Yeah.
Right. And then whatever happens wild card weekend, there may be even more.
Yeah, that's like even more
this weekend. So this isn't something where anybody can rush into, right? Whether it's the team themselves or the person that they want themselves, because you got it's options. The reality is there are options, and I don't do coaching carousels. You all have heard me talk about stability and all that and how I can be when it comes to that. But when it's like this, it's just so hard to be like, what can you do? And it's everybody's in you got to win now. You got to fix what didn't happen this season. You got to fix what didn't happen this season or what hasn't happened the last few seasons. Everybody's in that mode. So it's just going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I made a post on X and on my Facebook page, because I was asked what would be my dream scenario. Right, my dream scenario, and everybody's got a dream. I have a dream that I'm gonna win $400 million in the next 5 minutes. It's not gonna happen, okay? Not in the next 5 minutes. So, but my dream is because I was asked, and I was like, you know what? Everybody can dream. I said, and it's on my X, it's on my Facebook. I said offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel, defensive coordinator Brian Flores. But I would be lying to everybody up here if I said, especially Brian, like that's the likelihood of any of those things happening are slim. They're slim.
Yeah.
That is because both of them would absolutely get a head coaching job in one of these 6, 7, 8 available spots. And I'm saying 6, 7, 8 because there may be more available come here by next Tuesday after the wild card weekend is over. Now, I think there's more of a likelihood of a Mike McDaniel, right? But hey, listen, Mike can go and be a head coach somewhere else.
It's possible.
You know, it really is going to come to what the individual wants to do.
Yeah.
Because these men can go and do whatever they want. It's not like they don't have other options.
I would say like the Brian Flores situation is intriguing. Like
It's
not for why, well for him
going on with the NFL.
Yeah, so I think I think if without that NFL suit, like the legal matters, right? And you know how owners sit together. It's a thing. It's like I'm not going to act like it's not.
We can't act like it's
but
not.
Off his own body of work, he's easily a head coach in the league. That's not even debatable. But there is a place where the argument could be, but this is my thing with Brian Flores. If he's not going to be a head coach because of what we're talking about, then he's probably going to freaking go back to Minnesota.
Absolutely.
That's like my thing. That's what Brian Flores is like. I don't include him because I think for him it's head coach or going back to Minnesota.
Yep.
Because I think they had a great relationship with Kevin O'Connell. He had a great relationship with Kevin O'Connell. And I don't think that's a situation where in that team. So I feel like if he's going to leave Minnesota, this is my personal opinion. I have no whatever. My personal opinion is that it's head coach or he's going back to Minnesota.
Because I mean, why not?
Yeah,
he's doing an amazing job. Kevin O'Connell is an amazing coach.
Exactly.
He's somebody else who's come through here, and he's a excellent personality, all the things, and he got his. The Vikings defense is they all right. They at home like the Commanders, but they good. They not. I don't think it wasn't because of him. It wasn't because of the defense at all.
They got hit with injuries and like every team, but it was more the offense than the defense. It wasn't the defense
for sure.
But
I totally agree. I mean, if he were to leave to go in, if he were to leave to take a lateral anywhere, I would be shocked because
I'll be shocked exactly.
Point if with him not having a head, if he were not to get a head coaching gig, and like you said, the league is different.
Yeah.
Right. The ownership level is different. So with the legal situation going on, because there is still a legal situation going on, you all.
Yeah, that's
and they actually just, timely, right, posted something else about the legal situation just today. But, maybe it would be a change of scenery or something like that. But if nothing else, he could get a head coaching job.
I just feel like
he has plenty of
options.
And if you all are tracking, he's getting head coaching nods. They're all getting head coaching nods. Hell, Kliff getting head coaching nods right now. Everybody is. So I would just say temper your expectations. When I said dream, it literally is that.
No, I get it. No.
Amazing. If either one of them were to come to Washington, but they got options. And pretty daggone good ones too. Pretty good ones because I'm not thinking in terms of city anymore, right? Like where you playing, where you living at don't matter as long as the money right and you got a good situation with what you're dealing with. And a few of these teams, they got young quarterbacks or they need a quarterback. They got a high draft pick, so it's some things that could happen. All of it ain't doom and gloom in these cities like it used to be. Oh, here you go.
There you go. We got to stop. There you go. I was waiting for you, Mama Waller. I asked everybody in the chat. Candi was like, she ain't talk to you. You may not know where she at. I was waiting for, hey, Mama Waller. Now life is good. Now we got a routine. Right. I'm good now. All right. I'm good now. All right, Candi, you can go. Now I feel better. I got a little pepper in my step now because she here. All right, cool. She here. All right.
Yes, and thank you, Wole, for always giving my mom a shout out because she jump on. Now my father, he jump on too, but he don't be talking or he later. He be later. So yes, everybody jumping on to say, "Hey, Mama Waller, they used to her now." They like, "All right, she here."
Yeah, you got it. You got to make sure you acknowledge her. That's what you will do is that. Right. I don't care what platform you want. I don't care if you're on YouTube. I don't care if you're on Facebook. You on X. You going to acknowledge Mama Waller. That's what's going to happen.
That's right. That is correct. So listen, this is all interesting. This is all very interesting. I don't recall a time that it's been like this with the league. Do you? And the Ravens firing Coach Harbaugh, that just really sent it into a whole nother way. It was already crazy, but that happened and it just sent it way like woo, woo. And then it becomes because we're talking about the names that we know, right? We're talking about the names that we know. We're not even getting into the names that we don't know. Like who are the next set of Kyle Shanahan's and Sean McVay's and Kevin O'Connell's and all of that. And so I just it's and so you know what? Other than the owners, I see this comment here, and thank you for calling this up, Wole. Other than the owners, I feel like when you got a young quarterback, right? Well, for the Browns, you can see what's got it. I would shoot my shot with Shador.
Yeah, I'm saying you don't know if I just don't know if they believe him or not. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
I like Shador.
I would like, right. If I'm coming in, I'm like, hey, I'm rolling with Shador.
Yeah.
And because he's a rook, I'm rolling with Shador. And you got Myles Garrett, and you can figure everything else out, like from a defensive perspective. I feel like you can figure other things out. Miami, you're going to have your choice too, because first of all, it's Miami. And then you could pick your quarterback. You know, once it's a young quarterback that you can work with, like super young, like 1 or 2 year. And then if you can pick your quarterback, or they're either really young, 1 or 2 year, and you already dealing with an all right defense, you got a few things you get there, it might be all right. Vegas might not be a bad spot. You got the number 1 pick, you're gonna get you another quarterback. So you can start, it can be yours.
Yeah.
So it can be yours. You know, I mean, the Giants is actually desirable.
Oh, that's a real desirable destination. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's very desirable.
You kind of sleep on it every time somebody say Harbaugh. No, keep him out of the NFC East, please. No, and I love John Harbaugh. That's exactly why I don't want the NFC East. Yeah. But that's why I'm just like, if you can pick your own quarterback, you can construct your team. Like it's the world is your oyster with teams that either have a very young quarterback or don't have one at all. Because that means you can pick and roll with who you want. That ain't a bad thing if you're trying to start fresh.
No, I agree. Alexander has a question. Says the team asked to talk to the Cowboys tight end coach for their offensive job. Thoughts? I do not want them to go that route. I know that's a Dan Quinn type of relationship. I do not want them going after the Cowboys tight ends coach. I will not lie to you. I get why they get offense.
I don't necessarily want anybody that he worked with at the Cowboys.
There you go. I don't want anybody
because I've just seen that. I just don't think it from I'm taking that from the perspective of how they look when they play the Cowboys. That's one of
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
In the last 2 years, they look their worst. That's one of the worst matchups.
Yeah.
When they play the Dallas Cowboys, in my opinion, is one of the worst matchups for them. And I do believe it is because of the knowledge of Dan Quinn's defense. I really honestly believe that. And so I would just not like anybody that worked with him at all.
I agree.
In Dallas, let me be clear.
Yeah. I guess Dominique said, Candi, I read the clues with that press conference. They were very limited. They were very limited on words that when asked about Kliff. Exactly. Good job. Exactly.
Well, that thing happened early in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
That thing happened early in the morning. Yeah. So So I just feel like,
everybody say don't want.
Everybody's just. I mean, it's a long list of people getting interviewed everywhere, and it's just really,
best.
I kind of drifted off there for a minute. Like,
I want to say this though too. Like, what's the first best job? Right? Because you mean Baltimore was the first best job? I'm guessing, right?
Baltimore. See, but Baltimore
still, number one.
Yes, I do agree with that.
Yeah,
but it's like they've only had three head coaches. Right? Whoever is there, this has got to be the long haul right here.
Yeah, definitely.
The future.
That's a good point though. Maybe
the future. We are married. We together, and you ain't going nowhere for a very long time.
Mm.
What's going to be interesting is what they do with Lamar, because that was been a question anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be part of the whole hiring staff, basically.
He should be. But remember, but even before that, they were like, do they trade him? Do they do this? So they got to do
Oh,
all
they're
the
not getting rid of
contract.
Lamar.
But
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. Is this your opportunity to say, I'm just starting over? Because you already in a jam, kind of, with firing John Harbaugh. While I understand, I still feel like it's a jam. I get it, but it's still a jam. I think they should have won that AFC championship when they were stacked.
Yeah, that's it. That's like you can't.
AFC they should have.
It's put like this is where Mike Tomlin is at a point in time in his career right now.
Yes.
That's what it is. Like, to be real. So
it's unfortunate. It's consistent as you may be.
Eventually, you got to get over
whatever the hump is. You can't get over it. Hey, maybe it's just time for us to break up.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, the Bills could be the number 2. Yeah, if that happens too. They're all going through that situation.
We're just all going through it. Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna really get into.
Let's go. Let's go with these clips.
Where are they? And I'm just gonna. I don't even know if this is any particular order, but as you all are listening to it, listening to the clips, absolutely, please drop in the chat any questions you have, any thoughts you have. Of course, as always, we try to get to as many as we can. And again, super chats, we accept them.
Yes. Super chats, we accept them. Yes, Candi, you are correct. We accept likes, which is free. Likes are free. Subscribing are free too. But super chat, so it's like
sharing.
Yeah, sharing is caring. She's correct there too. Sharing is caring. Also, like the super chats, like drop a super chat if need be. If not, I get it. It's sometimes it's tough times with folks out there in the streets. But if you feel generous, I ain't gonna hate. Go for it, buddy. Go for it.
All right, let's get into these clips. Good evening, Candi Waller, Bowie TV. And this is for both of you all. When you take a look at your draft classes, so last year and this year, how well do you think they're doing? Are they right where you think they would be right now, or have they exceeded expectations, or not so much?
I can start, Candi, on that. Adam and I visited with a lot of them over the last 2 weeks or so, and I love some of the trajectory that some of them are on. The belief that we have in them is so strong, and so that's kind of what your first and second year is. It kind of goes up and it goes down. I wish development was just like going straight up. That would be awesome. But what I can say is, like, we've got some really, really good, strong foundation pieces of what we're building that are commanders that play it the right way, and like to see them develop and grow, like that's one of the things I love the most about our team and where they're headed.
Yeah, I would echo that and just say, there's a lot of really youngers for whatever reason, and a lot of times it's because there's good players in front of them. But we still have a ton of belief in all of them, and they all have another level they can go to, every single one of them, and they're all willing to do that. So very happy with the young men, and like you said, some have developed faster, some have had their ups and downs, and that's okay. We all do, especially when we're first starting something. But in terms of all that, I have a ton of belief in all those guys.
Interesting, because they're like, the reports out there. There's friction between, like meddling, right? That was like the report, like front office meddling, and it's about like players, personnel, who's playing and who's not. Don't know if anything is true or not, to be honest with you, but it's been reported. Like now it's getting nasty in terms of nasty work reporting, like leaks. I won't say reporting, but leaks, because now the leaks are kind of coming out, true or false. As a Washington fan, you kind of annoy. You hope for not having days like that, like we used to have under the Snyder regime. So, but there are leaks that. Like players aren't playing, so like in younger players, I guess that's what was the thing with some of the
I was asked about this on a show last night about and my thought was this. Well, first of all, it's not, in this press conference, one of the things that Adam Peters said is he does not, that is Dan Quinn's decision. He does not get into that, right? But is it meddling? This is where where play on words and semantics. Is it meddling, or is it asking a question, or is it, making a suggestion? Because if you recall, some of the things that I would be saying would be surrounded around, I felt that Coach Quinn at times gave too much autonomy. That would be the opposite of meddling.
Yeah.
I felt like he needed to meddle. Should have been meddling more. Should have been asking some questions more, right? Because many of the questions that everybody else is asking, well, why wouldn't you be asking that? Right? So it's not a meddling things.
She did meddling with Kliff, like they're asking Kliff.
Right.
Like the front office.
Right, but the front office don't get into that. Other than you might ask a question. If Coach Quinn says, "Hey, listen, what do you think you're seeing?" If you ask me, what you think I'm seeing, I'm going to tell you, you're not maximizing the running back room. Does that mean that I'm meddling? Maybe, depending on who, but I'm just giving it advice or just sharing the semantics of it all. If they don't deal with that part of it, and the head coach is asking a question, then that's not meddling. But I already said that there wasn't enough meddling. There wasn't enough question asking it wasn't. You know what I mean? So is it meddling, or is it simply asking a question? Because asking a question isn't meddling. Yeah. And if everybody can, nobody can sit with a straight face and say, Kliff Kingsbury did all he could in maximizing players and utilizing the scheme in the way it should have. Nobody can say that. So as long as nobody can say that that's what he did, then it's not meddling. Like, you meddling when you doing what you're supposed to be doing and somebody just in your business. You know what I mean? Everybody had questions about Ben Sinnott. Whether he was getting playing time or not. Everybody had questions about the run game, where it was, which ones were being utilized, and all of the things. There was a slew of questions, right? Even one down the stretch, Trey Burks. There were questions about, why he wasn't being utilized, why he was not being utilized over Noah Brown, or just as much as Noah Brown when Noah was coming off injury. Those were honest questions, if those were in fact even asked by Adam or anybody on his team to Kliff. Now, the head coach, that's not meddling. You know what I mean? That's just not meddling. And so that's why I'm like, this is something that's being blown out of proportion unnecessarily when you already know, and the offensive coordinator admitted himself that he did not do a good job.
You got Taj has a comment. It says, I'm hearing the meddling comment came from the Jaden situation. Some think that's where the comment came from. Kliff wanted to play J5. Do you agree with that? I mean, you in the building,
No, in terms of that's where it came from. No, it's not where it came from.
Okay. All right, what we got here? Look at
yeah, she's talking to everybody.
Oh, look at. Thank you, Mama Waller. That's why.
I think she's talking to everybody. She's so glad to see everybody that's online. She just talks to everybody now.
I love it, man. I love it.
And I mean, let me go back to this too about the Jaden thing. Yes, there were people who wanted him to play, but of course you would want to.
Yeah.
But here was the challenge. Even when he played, was it good?
So when he was out there?
Yeah. Did it go well?
No, I didn't. I do want to talk about this though. This part right here, Marshawn Lynch. I'm not addressing it. No. I'm gonna address it this way because I'm not. I'm gonna tell you what I'm addressed about it though. What I don't like for any athlete, especially if you cover this team, I don't care. I'm gonna start and folks, I don't know Marshawn or care in that aspect, but I do have an issue when people having. There's a way, if you want to report that something happened, that's fine. But trying to show his mugshot, I think that's nasty work. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think if you're a reporter, and I'm gonna say this, if you're a local reporter doing that, that's like trifling because you in this dude's face 24/7. You ask this dude,
24/7,
you
and
ask this dude's question.
me talking
You've
to
been
him,
around this
you
dude.
trying to figure out why he's talking to me and not you. He's talking to me and not you because you do stuff like that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, when you put a camera, when you put something, you're there and you see him 24/7, and you think it's cool to post a mugshot of him in that situation. I just think it's nasty work. I don't, and I don't care if I'm a fan of a player or I'm just talking about the human being. If I'm as a human being, if I'm chit chatting with you and thinking that trying to befriend you as a reporter, and you come out there and then you show a mugshot, I think that's nasty work. I don't think it's cool. I think it's dirty. But that's all I'm addressed about the situation. I wasn't there. I don't know, whatever. But I just know this, that you can report that a dude got arrested, but to show to put a picture with a mugshot, like you that's intent. Like that's just something totally different, and I don't really like that. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that situation.
And I agree. And sorry for interrupting you, but yeah, that's why I was just like, is this what we doing?
Yeah. Like, why would you exactly agree? Like, that's just not classy. I don't care. It's like you trying to get clickbaits. I don't fool with that. Like, I would, like, truth be told, if I was out of pocket, I'd be cursing right now, but I'm trying to contain that. It just, to me, it's nasty work. It's dirty. It shows what you are as a human being, to be real with you. And it's like, you wouldn't want that to your best friend or your parents or your friends or whatever, or your siblings. Like, you wouldn't want somebody to do that. That's been in their face, act like they're their friends, and all of a sudden posting something just because if they want clicks. You wouldn't want that either. So that's all. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
No, and I appreciate you saying it. Yeah. But you know what? Maybe I will. And this is Terrence Pitts here, you all, with Bowie TV, Vice President of Bowie TV.
Oh, what's up? Oh man, awesome.
He does all of our HBCU coverage. So give him a shout out too.
I love it.
And I just want to say to that point, if you all noticed, I didn't report on it.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything because it's out, and I knew before everybody did. But that is somebody that I talked to, that is somebody I have a great respect for, and I'm just not going to do it. And to Terrence's point, at Bowie TV, I make a decision. We make a choice. And when it comes to stuff like that, first of all, it's not about the game, so they ain't got nothing to do with it. It's not about the team, so it's nothing to do. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to do it. Yeah. And so that's one of the things. It is a hard balance. I know people come on here and they like, or, they like, oh, the fans, you blurring lines or whatever. You call it what you want. I wouldn't do it to Wole. I wouldn't do it to Randy Jones. He just said that I was a real one. I wouldn't do it to him. I just wouldn't do it. If it's not about the game, then that's where I draw the line, unless it's something major,
Yeah, but I'm just even like my thing.
It was rough to see, and I know that I consistently make decisions that go against some of the grain, and it's like, hey, you're gonna have to make a choice either way. All I must do is stay consistent. So if that's what you're gonna report, that's what you're gonna do. Then don't come in the locker room hoping he talks to you, or want him to be, how can we get such and such to talk to us? I don't know. Stop being fake. Maybe that'll help.
But it's the way. But if you want to do your job, it's a way of doing it. Like if you're on like a social media platform,
you got.
I'm not gonna put this dude's name on blast. But if you're on a social media platform, I get reporting and saying like, "Oh, this happened," but don't the mugs. That's unnecessary because now you're trying to, in my opinion, you're trying to belittle an individual, and I don't like how that looks. Period. And especially, I get a national media, but if you're local, that's what bothers me the most because you're in that person's face. Exactly.
You're in there with them all the time.
You're in there with them all the time.
You're there with them every daggone day. For real.
Exactly. The picture was too much.
You see him 4 or 5 times out of a week.
I don't care if you like the dude in terms of football play or don't like him. I'm just saying, as a man, if I'm like, to me, it's some snake type stuff. I'm just being real. It's some snakes type stuff to me. I'm not, and I know you doing your job is different from trying to make somebody look bad. That's different. Doing your job is totally different.
What Terrence just posted? He said quality over clicks.
Yeah, fact.
That's what we try to do at Bowie TV. We know we know it's operating with integrity is not the path of least resistance, and it's also the longer path. But that's what we're willing to do, and that's what we're going to do. And so that's just, and if I get caught slipping or something ain't right, I know Terrence can pull me up, Karita, Darrell, they could be like, Candi, just like when I gave everybody a warning shot, like when I went at it with the fan one day. Sometimes bad press is all right. And I said, this is what I'm about to do. And everybody knew because I was mad. But other stuff when it comes, you just got to be careful.
Yeah, I like this, Paul. This is right, man. What gets me when you call them out, on the disrespect, they play the victim role. Totally agree, man.
Yeah,
like
everybody, you're just doing your job. Yes, and yes, but there's levels and there's
man.
things, and you can make choices.
All right, we can get back to the stuff.
Saying that, I'm glad we addressed it.
Yeah, I just wanted to address it. It was bothering me the whole day.
I'm not about to.
And I don't gotta care. Like, it's not like I gotta care, but I don't like people being disrespected in life. Period, like that. I don't care if you like somebody personally or not. That's just, to me, something that don't need to be done. If that man's already going through, that's a situation that's tough to go through at the moment. And then you see stuff like that on social media from people that cover you. That is wild to me. But go ahead. Yeah, we can go on to something different though.
And I think George said Bowie TV ain't TMZ, and that's right. We always said we're not gonna be the TMZ of sports around here. It's enough of that. Yeah, it's enough of that. So that's covered. That's covered in the area. But I appreciate that, you all, and I know it's gonna be a lot of people that watch this and don't agree, and it's
fine. But I just think if you're a person, I'm talking about the human element of it. I don't care.
Those that know. I'm not gonna say Marshall.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let's go to the next clip.
Let's go next clip. Let's go.
Because the draft pick, the draft thing, I think is important. I think it's an important point to talk about how the draft class did. And I wanted to hear their response or their draft classes, because we're really basing it on 2024. And like I said, year 3 is going to be a big year for that 2024 class. You always want to see the jump, and you want to see a continuity, because then that starts to show a pattern of how this front office does drafts. So, last year, like I joked, I was like, I wasn't really paying attention to the draft. Last year, I was fine with whatever they did, but it is a real conversation. Starting this year, well, we knew last year was important, 2 years ago now, but you get what I'm saying. It's going to be a thing now, because it's going to be something that's kind of going to be under a microscope for sure. So let's move on to the next clip. As always, tell us what you think and what you are gleaning from the clip.
David Aldridge with The Athletic. Adam, what do you think needs to be fixed on this roster?
Fixed, I think the health played a big part. Certainly it wasn't even close to the only part, but I think starting with a healthy team and really staying healthy is a big deal. But I know there's, I feel really good at some spots, but there's certainly a few spots where we can improve and get young, really, fast, exciting, explosive talent, and that's what we're doing right now. We're working on the draft and got a set of draft meetings coming up next week, which I'm really, really excited about. Got the scouts all showing us their reports and identifying some guys. We have a high pick, which is something that you don't really want if it's your own pick, but we're going to take advantage of that and try to find a young, explosive playmaker, wherever that may be.
Specifically on the defensive side of the ball, what are you going to be looking at in attacking?
I think there's a lot of spots I think where we can look at. I think certainly another pass rusher would be something we'd definitely be looking for. Whether that's the draft or free agency, I think we have a lot of good options in both of those areas.
Edge rusher. Definitely.
Write it down.
Yeah, could have drafted the edge rusher last year. I mean, that's a whole different discussion.
I think they thought they had between Dietrich. I really do. I was like, okay, I think they thought they had an answer, right? Between Dietrich, Javonte, and Dorrance. I think they thought they had, they wanted to see. And this goes back to something I think we were talking about. We've talked about, and of course, like they said, hindsight is 2020. How close did you really think you were? Right, from year 1 to year 2 of a recalibration. How close did you really think you were? Of course, not taken into consideration because how really could you, right? In the injuries. So you already know edge rusher. I definitely think safety in terms of immediate.
Oh, it's definitely a safety. Edge rusher, safety. Need some linebackers because speed. There's a lot of I mean, this defense. This is how I say it for the defense. If you're a top 5 pick, you get the best available player, and most of them will be on defense. It won't be a quarterback. If you're talking about rating players, the best available player will probably be a defensive player. Get the best available defensive player that's available at that point in time. Don't worry about where they fit, whatever. They're going to be better than your player. They will be better. Like, it may not be instant. They're going to be better if coached correctly. They will be better than any of your players. Period. That's how talented this defensive draft is. Regardless of in that slot, if you're top 5, top 7 pick, they will probably be better than whoever you have. They will be the Jaden Daniels on their side of football for you. And this defense can't afford to let go any guy, any young dude who has the ability to be a game changer. They have that. That's what this defensive draft. This is what this draft have defensively. Honestly, offensively, this draft is not the best. But defensively, you got guys who can literally help your team. You got guys compared to Ed Reed. You got guys compared to like some of the best some of the best pass rushers in the league. You got guys who can wreck games. You got guys at linebacker who are just amazing that people are just so are just, you know, the kid from Ohio State that everybody loves. So you got so many dudes that if they fall to you at 7, they're 6 or 7. They're 7, right? At 7, that fall to you at 7, that will change the game. That can, if you get a defensive coordinator who can do what he can do, that can change the game for you easily.
Well, that's why I'm wondering too. Do they stay at 7 or do they trade back and get more picks?
Oh man, I think they can get a playmaker. They can get the best player, one of the best players in the draft at 7.
Probably stay at 7 to get a guy.
I mean, yeah, like a guy is important. Like, they don't have, the problem with Washington is they don't have, in my opinion, they don't have the JD5 on defense.
Not on the line, because you technically need them on the line.
You need not anywhere. You don't got a guy that can change the game. Like Micah Parsons changes the game. You got like Fred Warner for San Francisco at linebacker changes the game. Period. You don't got safeties. Like, I can't think of a stud safety right now off my head, but they're guys like, in history, right? We had Sean Taylor here that changed the game. Like, you need they don't have a guy on their defense that changed the game that you have to account for 24/7. They don't have that guy. Like Jaden Daniels on offense, they got that in offense. Like, you got to account for Jaden when he's out there healthy. But they don't have that on defense. They need that. And I mean, if you could trade back, I have no issue trading back. If you could trade back and still get that type of guy that falls to you, then go ahead, trade back. But don't trade back too far where you don't get that. Now you're just trying to add picks just to add picks. There's a thing where you can add picks, but you got to make sure you still get your guy, because you have to identify a guy that you want and you're willing to trade back because you think you'll still get that guy. If you miss out on a guy, like and just to get extra picks, your second round pick could be fine. But say you trade back, you could have Micah Parsons. You don't think them teams out there who had an opportunity to get Micah Parsons ain't mad at themselves? Yeah, they mad at themselves because they wanted extra picks. When you get the opportunity to get one of them,
it would have to be somebody that you knew for a fact
that you felt comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, and they were going to. I mean, obviously, whomever they get in the first round, if they whatever pick they get, you already know what the expectation is. This is somebody that's going to start. They're going to play in every game. Right, because we've seen, it's like, what are the things that we know we've seen them do so far in 2 seasons, right? And it's your first rounder should be your second rounder, but not in every, right? Is going to play in every game, barring any injury. You know what I mean?
Your first 2 rounds, like to your point, your first 2 round picks are supposed to be your starters.
They're supposed to be starters. This ain't somebody that you bringing in to develop. It's supposed to be that
starter. Yes.
Now, those individuals that are in your first 2 rounds, right, that have not been that. Now, this goes back to like a Ben Sinnott.
Yes.
Right? or
Yes.
even a Johnny Newton, right?
Yeah.
Like, what happened? What's going on?
Yeah.
If somebody is meddling, they got a good question. I don't call that meddling. They asking a valid question.
Yes.
What happened? What's going on? Because what we
Good point.
should
Very
know,
good point, Candi. Very good
what
point.
we should know by now is
Agreed.
these people should be playing.
I agree. Reese, I like Reese gonna be there. To George's, what George is talking about. Baines, Downs, Reese. What's the kid? No, Bailey. I don't trade down if Bailey's there from Texas Tech. There's about 5 dudes I'm not willing to trade back for. There's about 5. Other than that, yeah, we can talk about trade. But again, they're gonna we're just talking about 4 dudes. They're gonna pick a quarterback in the first round. They're gonna pick an offensive lineman. They're gonna pick a wide receiver. One of them dudes will be there. That's a guarantee. They're going to be there.
They're gonna either have to get their edge. Well, he just told y'all edge rusher. So
yeah. And that's what I'm saying. He pretty much told you. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know.
Told you.
He told you when
I'm playing the clip. You ain't even got to guess what position it is.
No, I'm with you.
He told you which one it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, he told you. No, facts. He did tell you.
That's why we playing the clip, because he told you.
No, I agree. I know what his number 1 is.
Exactly.
I know what his number 1 is. But my thing is that if them 2 ain't there.
Oh, right.
If them 2 ain't there, I'm still getting Downs, I'm still getting Downs. I'm still getting, because Downs is Ed Reed. That is a special player.
Caleb Downs. You gonna get another Caleb here in Washington.
You can't get another one. Yeah, there you go. I like that one. I like that one.
Right. AB did tell. That's why I said, he just told you. This is why we play the clip. This is why y'all love Bowie TV and Urban Sports Scene, because we gonna take you right to the clue here, because we ain't even got time, y'all.
You got clips. Yeah, you got clips, Candi. You got it. Candi got clips, man, y'all. Candi doing it. Candi got clips. She doing it. I appreciate her including me with that, but Candi got the clips. I'm gonna keep it a buck. All right, there you go. Y'all don't get real. I don't lie. All right.
So I just got to be like, he just told you. But like you said, though, if they not there, you got options.
Yeah, you got options.
And now you've already talked through the strategy. If any one of those people aren't there, okay, then maybe you do trade down, or maybe you say, nah. If we this bad, and we got 7, then we just gonna use the 7.
Yeah, that's what
we're gonna use the 7, y'all. Okay, we're gonna use the 7. Everybody got it. Cool, because that's what it's for. Ooh. Okay, $20. Let's get it. Let's get it.
No,
hey, let me stop.
Hey, Brian, appreciate you, man. That's what I'm talking about. I love the support. That's what I'm talking about.
We really appreciate that. That's dope. That is what's up. We accept super chats, you guys, like Brian just gave us. So thank you so much.
Man. I love that.
And so with that being said, yes, let's keep going and using our clues and figuring out what they doing, because that's why we get together. So we already talked about it, right? Edge rusher. We got other ideas in case one of the top 3 edge rushers are gone. I don't think they will be, though. But if they are, we'll just keep it moving. We got a little bit of a runway, though, because the draft ain't until the end of April. We already started in January. Why? Because they didn't make the playoffs, so that's why we're doing this in January. But anyway, all right. So let's go on to the next clip. Like before, go ahead and drop in the chat your thoughts on what you are hearing from their responses.
John Keim, ESPN. For Dan, you don't know about the changes, but when would you like to get those finalized, and what goes when you're going about assessing coaches, coordinators? How do you go about assessing them to get to whatever decision you want?
Yeah, for sure. It's after a hard season like this, hard decisions are made, but you want to go through everything from evaluation, the communication, the performances, and so we begin that as coaches and scouts. We get together, we talk a lot about the players. We had the exit interviews today, John, so Adam and I also visited with a lot of players, and that's part of how we're gathering all of our information. So all of these processes are really important, and we just want to make sure we're doing everything we can to make sure we're hitting all the marks to get it right.
And Adam, for you, since we haven't talked to you in a little while, I want to go back to the summer with Terry. Given how the season played out for Terry, the injuries, the early struggles and all that. How would you assess how that situation was handled, and how can you apply whatever you learned to future situations?
Yeah, certainly. I think both us and Terry would agree that we would like to get that done a little bit faster. It didn't happen that way. Certainly, there's reasons for that, but ultimately, you'd like to get those things done before we did. In terms of where Terry's at, I thought, obviously he got hurt early, but I thought he did a really good job at the end of the year. I was really pleased with where he's at, playing at a really high level right now and going into next year. So really pleased with the end result of the contract. Obviously, you'd like to get it done earlier, and I think that's a good lesson too, just engaging in those things a little bit earlier, and hopefully you get to the to the end before we did on this one, and certainly we'll do that moving forward.
I just feel like that is interesting, and you want to pay attention to it because of things like the Laramie Tunsil. That did come up, but I didn't pick that clip for tonight. But we've talked a lot about the signings of Laramie Tunsil, others as well, and getting some things done. Laramie represents himself, I believe. I don't think Laramie has an agent, so I think he's self-represented. So let's see what happens. Let's see how it goes. Exactly right what Santiago says. Learn from that experience. It's a big thing. I mean, and that was also a big moment, right? Where Adam Peters was the decision maker on that side as the GM. You know what I mean? And then working with Terry and a player of that magnitude. So hey, learn these lessons early.
Yeah,
learn them early. Because it's only going to make you better, hopefully, right, for the future and how things need to happen moving forward in what will be such a critical offseason for the Washington Commanders as a whole. Because you can imagine, like, this is now me kind of going on a rant. You can imagine, like, if they don't have a good season next year, everything's going to be in question.
Yeah, of course.
Adam, Dan, Jaden, everything's going to be in question.
Yeah, I think Dan has to. Well, he's gonna have to start the season almost like because it's like Dan's situation is going to be. Dan's gonna have to start like it's gonna have to be similar how he started in his first year.
It's going to have to,
a slow start will not look good. A slow start will be bad for him.
And it's got to be, and health has got to be wealth. Because can you just imagine if Jaden's injured again? Oh my goodness. Right, injury prone. This is that and the third.
For him,
draft picks are not on the field with consistent production for whatever reason. It needs to be consistent production, ready to go. Can you imagine everything? So align it this way, you all.
I agree.
Because you got to get the offensive the coordinators have to still do that. If year 3 draft picks are not consistently on the field, that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, I agree. That will be looked at the general manager. Yes, that's true.
But then that becomes who's the problem? Now we got to point at who, that's gonna get complicated because then that becomes GM coordinator issues.
Coach.
Coach. But we know that DQ gives autonomy. So now it's like we're using our clues to be able to figure out where things go. Right. So even from a quarterback perspective, if Jaden is not healthy, if things go now, here we go, the swirling, the injury prone. Can he protect himself? Is this going to happen? Is it the right scheme? All of that's going to, oh, goodness gracious. And then if they just losing, that's on DQ. Year 3 of this is important for several coaches and players. They're not off the hook. Nobody's off the hook. Nobody's in the clear. Okay.
No, I agree.
Because we already know how the conversation is going to go. We already know this. If Jaden gets hurt again, he injury prone. He did it. We know that's not true. But we know what the narrative will be. So
it's gonna happen.
It's just it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because nobody knows how this thing is going to turn out. Let's jump in.
I agree with that, Brian. But yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's jump into the next clip.
With Washington Post, Adam, is there a way to come up with kind of a long-term plan to keep Jaden upright and make sure he plays 15 or 17 games rather than 7?
Is there a way? I think really, I think, and this might be a better question for DQ, but from me, I think is just continuing to, I think from my, from a personnel or GM perspective, is continuing to put good players around him. Whether that's in front of him at the O-line, it's running backs to control the ball and control the clock and not put it all on his shoulders and get in second and third and manageables. It's receivers that he can trust and throw to so that he's not holding on to the ball longer. And so from my perspective, it's just getting good players around him, getting a good defense on the other side, so he's not it's not all on his shoulders to win the game. So DQ can probably talk more schematically, but in terms of from me, I think those are the things that I can and need to do to help him out.
Involved in those discussions of like, hey, this is how we want you to play. This is who we're surrounding you with. How much of it parts?
Yeah, very much so, that part. And even after his injury, we specifically said this is the area, this is what we're going to work on him, as opposed to waiting till the off season. We decided let's get a jump start on that. So very much so will he be a part of it, but I would say not only will he, like we already are going there. And so it's really important. We know what he brings to us, what he means to us, and I think it's all encompassing, in how we go play the game. So we're like fully committed to finding ways to continue to do that.
I was at Santiago. Appreciate you, my guy.
Thank you,
Santiago.
Yeah,
Awesome. Appreciate Santiago, man. Oh yeah, but go ahead.
Big in 2026.
I know these people are good, man. That's one thing I'll say. The folks in this chat, man, you guys are consistently. You guys have always been dope. I'm not even saying that because of whatever. I'm saying that for real. Consistently, you guys have been amazing. Y'all know who y'all are. You guys have been awesome. But yeah, go ahead, Candi.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot. That was a lot in that clip right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because that is a topic that Paul.
Oh, Paul, man, look, appreciate you, man, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. Like same thing I said, not to be redundant, but y'all know, man. I always appreciate y'all. That's what y'all make doing streams about the Commanders real fun and easy to do, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Especially since it's been bad.
Yeah, I know. Since they suck too, you know what I mean, this year. So I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all been making it real easy. Y'all very therapeutic. I won't even hold you.
Thank you. So you got Brian and then Santiago and Paul on the super chats tonight. So thank you all. We are accepting super chats. We appreciate everything that you guys do.
Likes and subscribes, man. Like I appreciate that a lot. To be honest, likes and subscribes, definitely appreciate it a lot. But yeah, go ahead, Candi.
And so, but no, I think that it's just a lot that can go. It's one of the things that Coach Quinn said at the beginning of the presser to this comment here about AP. It's like they all messed up. It was all bad.
Yeah.
It's not just one. Like I always say, it's not a this or that. It's a multitude of things. But then it comes into play of just, we're going to talk about it a little bit more because I think I know now because I didn't know what order all the clips were in, which is fine. It goes beautifully with the conversation that we're having. Yeah. But specifically with Jaden, that question, because we all know it's going to be a thing. It was a thing this year. Yeah, it was a thing this year. Oh, he's injury prone. He can't do this. He can't do that. Oh, take Jaden out. Y'all gonna get him hurt. You're gonna do this. You can do that. Everybody just blows up everywhere, and it's like, okay, but listen, you did learn something about your QB1 this year, and he's going to go into the line of fire for his team, for you all.
Yeah,
I mean, there have been conversations behind the scenes where he wants to win. It's like he putting the whole city on his back, and he's like, I got to do this for everybody. And it's like, you're hurt though, and it's so you got to know the personality of your person.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the scheme and the players. And I mean, hey, hello, AP done told us again. He need to get some playmakers. He need to get some people in here he can trust. Do we need to play that clip again? Because I feel like people miss some stuff. They need to get some playmakers that they can trust. They talked about the run game and controlling the clock. He talked about that. They talked about getting the defense better. He done brought that right back up. I mean, y'all know I used to do this thing where it was like love button and fire emoji. If you really heard the responses to that question. Receivers, he trusts. Talked about the run game. Controlling the clock. And getting that defense right. And he said edge rusher. We'll go back to the
man. He was strong with edge rusher. That's what I knew.
Clues. Love
edge rusher.
Fire emojis. They be telling you, give it. Listen, this is why we go through the clips because I'm gonna be like y'all. We went through that on the show. Now we went through that on the show. That's why I pulled it up for y'all because I don't want you to miss this. And I also thought it was important to go through this as well. As if you all are watching playoff games, that's perfect. That's great. Take a look at the free agent list. That's perfect. That's great as well. But pro tip. Make sure you watch the college all-star games.
Senior Bowl. I think East-West Shrine. The East-West Shrine already happened? No, ain't none of them happened yet.
Because remember, East-West Shrine is where they really found Bill.
Yeah. That's Senior Bowl, right? Isn't it East-West the Senior Bowl?
It's two different things.
It's okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, two different games. So Hula Bowl is this week. The Hula Bowl is Saturday. But get with me. Get into these college all-star games. Get into it. Okay? Very important point. And look at the free agent list.
Yeah.
You hear them saying. Not based on what you think, based on what you heard them say.
No, I like this one. Like Yusuf Khan, I do agree. Like these are all possible options. Alec Pierce, wide receiver for the Colts. Yeah, he's got speed. He's been dynamic this season.
A lot of people like Alex Pierce. I've heard I say likely several times.
That's a perfect depending on the coordinator.
I loved him, but I mean, Breece Hall.
Oh my God, he is amazing. Breece Hall is amazing. He's a breakaway back, speed, power. These are all depending on. And we'll talk about coordinators. Depending on the truth be told, I won't even lie. These three players are perfect for or Mike McDaniels. Those three players you're referring to are perfect for
Mike McDaniels. A lot of conversation about Alex Pierce.
That is a perfect from Mike McDaniel. Yeah, McDaniel. That is a perfect.
He's absolutely
perfect for those three players.
You want to know a fun fact? You can tell Karita. I said it. You can tell Karita. I might need to give her a heads up so she. So I prep her. I media prep her for this so she don't say too much. Just know, Mike McDaniel is one of my favorite coaches in the league. He is hilarious, and he be on my type of time when it comes to comedy. So it just.
He's hilarious. No, he's a funny. Yeah, he's a funny dude, man.
Oh my gosh, he's amazing.
Yeah, Rashad White. That's Jaden boy. That's Jaden boy.
And he is definitely. I mean, everybody loves.
Everybody wants Jaden friends. I do know. Everybody wants Rashad White. He cool, but he ain't no Breece Hall. Like he cool.
So, he cool. Of course, Rashad White. His name has been coming up because of his relationship with Jaden, and because he has been lobbying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I get it, but. Breece Hall different, bro. I'm sorry. He different. He come off of ACL. He different. That
all
is like.
Is you heard what the men.
I heard you say it about the face. I heard. Hey.
This is why we do this.
Yeah.
This is why we do this. It again, love button, fire emojis, and if y'all learning something or you helping to connect the dots, then that's what we're here to do when we use our clues. So, all right, last one. I think this is the last one. All right, let's do this.
He's gonna call us that. That's true.
Guys, Zach Peerless, CBS Sports. This is for Adam. This is going back a couple years for you, but you were with the 49ers in kind of an eerily similar spot where you had a breakthrough year. Then next year there were some injuries kind of across the board, kind of fell back, and then you guys got right back to it. Does this situation remind you at all of that one, and what lessons did you learn of being able to build and have that roster right back after kind of that one down year following the breakthrough?
Yeah, first of all, I hope so. Hope that happens. And those things. I mean, I remember that year vividly, and it's a nightmare. When you have these certain games like we had in Green Bay, or we had that in that year in New York, where it was like carnage, and it's really hard to bounce back. But I think the lessons are. You look into everything. You look into, why the guys got hurt. Sometimes they got hurt because it's just a freak injury. Sometimes they got hurt because we didn't do a good enough job load managing or getting them warmed up or whatever it is. So you can look into all that. I have great belief in our health and performance team. They do a really good job. They have a ton of care for our players and really appreciate that. But you look into that. You look into, the type of players you bring in, their injury histories moving forward. You really dig into that. A lot of the times, the past injury history dictates kind of their future injury history. So that's a big piece of it. But really, what I'm proud of this year, and I think that year as well, that was a little more challenging because it was a COVID year, and we ended up having to move to Arizona for a month. But it really tests your resolve, and it tests your what we call brotherhood. And what was cool to see today, we met with a lot of players today on the checkout process, and really tip my cap to DQ here, because a lot of them, despite the poor results, everybody really still believed in us and this team and what we're doing and the direction we're going. So I think that's something that you can really lean on and say, okay, we can dig into this more and bank on that we're going to have a little bit better luck with that next year and continue to add healthy pieces and get those guys that we lost back, which is a big deal too. We get a lot of those guys back, which will really make us look a lot different.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks.
Thank you. Let me stop. Let me. I do want to. And you all drop in the chat what you gathered from that one. I saw this comment from Paul, so I want to give a little bit more context because I attend these things. I go to them in real life, and it's just like game day in real life. They go to practices to watch. They do all the things, but it's what you do on game day. Yeah. Because how many times have we all experienced players doing well in practice? Oh, it was a great week of practice. It was this, it was that. It was practice.
I don't care about practice as much as everybody does. I care about what you do on game.
Game day. What do they look like? Because it was always after a great week of practice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Josh Connolly had a terrible week of practice.
Oh yeah, he was. I heard. I heard.
He was terrible. Okay. So yes, absolutely. Everybody's there at scouting. They there now. They there all during the season. Let's also be clear on that. They go to these players' games. They go to all the things. It's how you show up on game day. Because that's what's going to matter. Because I'm going to tell you who was kind of quiet. I mean, they was all right in practice or whatever, but it was what Bill did in the game.
Yeah.
It was what Bill did in the game. I want to be sure that I'm helping to set the stage and the scene of how it really happens, because that's what they're looking for in the league, right? Mm-hmm. Practice is absolutely important. They got to be there. They're going to be there at practice all during the season. These scouts, they're out there all the time. You know this well. They're out there all the time, all season long. They're going to their games all through the weekend. Being an NFL scout and even a college scout, it is hard.
Mm-hmm.
It is, oh my gosh. Like it, talk about time consuming. So they're gone like all the time. And they're there. They say sometimes they go to go to see players multiple times. Mm-hmm. But it's what you do on game day.
Yeah.
And it's how you are with your teammates. It's how you are in the face of adversity if you're not doing so well and all of those things. But how you show up on game day, because that's what they're going to need. They're going to need what you, hey, had a bad week of practice or a tough week of practice, or you face some adversity in practice. How did you show up on game day? Because how you show up on game day is to show what you learned in practice, especially if it didn't go well. Because the worst thing in the world, and I can tell you I've experienced it a multitude of times, especially now, is to be standing out there watching something in the heat or in the cold, and then the season start, the game start, and everybody is terrible. Okay, so you don't want that.
How big is scouting? How big is the scouting department?
I mean, it's online. You know, all their evaluators on the Commanders website.
Okay. We got all right.
A lot of them, because they do it in regions.
Okay.
But
yeah, it's right, because you gotta it's regional. It's right.
It's regional. So and they have teams, and it's a lot of different roles, and they may not have, now let me correct myself with this one on this. It becomes one of those things where you have like a lead for region, or you have a anything like that. And it's a whole bunch of people under them. Now all the people under them. Yeah,
I do want to pull up some. I think Taj had a comment from something I said. Bryce is going to cost. Running backs don't cost that much, for real. Look what Saquon Barkley's getting paid. He don't get paid, and he's not. Bryce Hall ain't on Saquon Barkley level, and he ain't gonna get that money. He ain't gonna get Bijan money either. I'm just saying, like, running backs get paid dirt cheap. It sucks. Even Derrick Henry, who deserves a lot of money, doesn't get the amount of money that you would think he deserves. So you're right. He may be good, but he ain't gonna get the money that you think like a wide receiver would get, or a quarterback, or what, even a linebacker, defensive end, safety. He's not getting that money. So yeah, it wouldn't be a big cap hit, because running backs don't get paid that much, to be real with you.
No, they don't.
Yeah, that's all.
They don't. And yes, Senior Bowl and Shrine Bowl, they are huge. But that's not the only thing they look at.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, everything got a good. That's when I get your point. Like, I was trying
the point is like it all for that. It's not, the practices do not mean more than the game.
Scout and watch on Saturdays on how you play adds up to, and that practice, and what you the practice is supposed to confirm what you saw with your scout work.
Exactly.
I get what you're saying. Like, you're talking about, it's important. Not saying it's not important for
absolutely.
But the most, and I say this all the time, the most important thing is what you do on Saturdays. And does that, same thing for I always talk about the combine. The combine shouldn't be the most important thing. It's just supposed to confirm what you saw when you did your evaluations and how they played on Saturdays. That's exactly. The game is always going to be the most important element of any evaluation. It's the confirmation, like what you see with the combine, what you see in practice, and that it confirms what your eyes tell you. Now, like what you see on Saturdays, and you say, okay, you did this in lesser competition, and then you go in practice and their person is not playing well against high level competition, and now it lets you think, okay, maybe this person isn't as good because he's not as good because he's playing against lesser competition. You know what I mean? So
absolutely. And what else is very interesting in talking to scouts when I'm at these events,
that's nothing.
It's nerves are like a real thing. Right? Like nerves, like playing in front of a crowd. Or crowd noise, and you would think that people are still used to it, because if they come from these large universities, it's kind of like you should be used to crowd noise, you should be used to nerves, you should be used to, but I guess because it's a different audience or a different, I don't know, nerves become a thing. So yes, exactly, spot on, Wole, as you always are. I want to make sure what I saw all week long is real.
Yeah, that's it. That's all.
And maybe you impress me in the game because you had a bad week, but it's gotta all align.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, it's all about doing your work, due diligence.
All align. They're all important. Again, we got to get used to the fact that this isn't a this or a that.
Because to your point,
And like you gotta be, but it's gotta align. You gotta align along with everything else that you've been tracking on this player the whole entire time you've been tracking them.
Yeah, because to your point, you can be a practice warrior and be thorough in practice, but in games I've seen you play, you ain't really do nothing.
Let me tell you something. You know how many practice warriors are on the Commanders right now?
I know. That's what I'm saying. I know. I get it. You see this. You see this in all sports, though. You see this in all sports. That's why I don't really get into. It's important, but it's important to the people that you know have been productive throughout their college career. Like for instance, if Ray Lewis in Miami, when he was drafted in Miami, if he had a great senior boy practice, I'm like, yeah, he's been great on Saturdays. I expect that. Like, so it confirms that he's like I knew he was like that, but it just makes it easy to know that he's definitely like that. That's all it does. It just confirms everything. So to your point, I think there's practice wars. I mean, I don't need to get into all that, but it is what it is. It is a thing. Like how you play when a crowd is out there is totally different than just you going against your peers one-on-one on drills. It's the same issue. It's the same thing where I feel like people are totally like they are heavy on combine work, where I used to be like that, but then I realized that you could be like your combine don't match up what you did in the regular season. Like your regular season, you ain't do nothing, and your combine looks so good that everybody thinks you a first round pick.
How many times have we seen people?
Appreciate you, Todd. My God, appreciate you, Todd. Always appreciate
Brian, Santiago, Paul, and now Todd.
Yeah, cool folks.
That's what's up.
Yeah, cool folks.
Thank you. How many times have we seen somebody be amazing at combine?
Yeah, and
they get drafted and you will never hear from them again.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Merle said, should Adam get a new director of college scouting? What do you say? Oh yeah, okay, he's right.
So Merle must have took my advice, and I said it on the website. Like you can go. Like, hey, I'm gonna lead you.
Kim Dribble has been here for a long time. Okay, there you go. All right.
Tell you where the water is. It's a consideration.
Yeah.
It's a I mean, everybody's a suspect.
Yeah. I mean, look, man.
But it also goes back to what is the real issue? Do these players not have talent or the talent that you're looking for, or are they not getting the support and the help that they need to be playing and the in-game time?
Yeah.
That's on the coordinators. I mean, your head coach has to guide that as well. And I think that's why I'm saying this is going to be critical.
I agree.
Because everybody from that 2024 draft, they better be locked and loaded this season.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you look at it like this year, this draft class, even last year's right, it's not as bad as what people think. I had to think about. I've been an individual. I've been very critical of this draft, of the draft picks, and I'm like, when you think about it, I mean, there's been some down years. Everybody had a down year this year. Like the majority of folks had, like in terms of the guys who were drafted in 2024, they've had down years, right? Everybody like other than Brandon Coleman got benched, but again, Brandon Coleman to me, when I look at Brandon Coleman, it's different because I think we got a lot out of where Brandon Coleman was drafted. Like he was a 4th round pick, right? If I'm correct. Mm-hmm. 4th rounders aren't rarely you're going to be your starting left tackles, right? And you got him to be a starting left tackle, which was and played at a really good level. And I would say super high, but when he's healthy, man, he blocked Myles Garrett, and you ain't know who, like, and you would have thought he was all world after that game. So, like, and then you had Jaden, you had Mikey, who looked good his rookie year. Brandon to me looked good his rookie year. Oh, 3rd round. Paul said Brandon was a 3rd rounder, which still a 3rd round left tackle is rare. Like a 3-year-old, to make him a left tackle is rare. Then you have and then after that, Ben Sinnott you drafted. You got Jordan McGee in that same draft, and you had Drizon Newton in that draft. So, and now you're looking at some of the progression of those individuals in this year. I mean, yeah, Jaden and Mikey didn't take the steps they need to, one by injury, the other by play and position, right? But you have the others, like I thought, like Jordan McGee stepped up in terms of Ben Sinnott when he got the opportunity, stepped up, played. I mean, when he got the opportunity, played well. Now, I'm not saying that he showed flashes, put it that way. He showed flashes. So I think the draft, if you really break down the draft, and then in this draft, you got Connerly, who looks like he's going to be a good player.
Connerly played
you
every
got Trey
game.
Amos, look like he could be a Pro Bowl caliber corner. Like you got guys. This draft ain't like it could be worse.
It could be worse.
Jalen Lane is a Pro Bowl caliber special teams player. Like it could have been worse. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, and Jalen Lane did make the Pro Bowl. He's an alternate.
But you know what I mean, though. Like, but he's
good. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, sure.
Oh, we got a super chat from George.
Yeah,
Oh,
George.
Man, George, appreciate
So
you.
who we
Look at
got?
you, George.
Who we got? Brian. Now I'm gonna mess up. I got right. Brian, Santiago, Paul, Taj, and George.
Yeah, you got there.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all dope, man.
I might start writing this down because it's getting too many.
Yeah, I trust players who excel in college and
Thank
all-star
you.
games more than combine. I agree. Yeah, me too. Combine, I don't like combine warriors.
You know, it's the I don't know if they still have the Tropicana Bowl, but like the Hula Bowl is this weekend. East the Shrine, and then the Senior Bowl, and then everybody gets ready for Combine. But Combine is still a big thing because it's a big money maker, and they do media availabilities at the other ones as well.
Yeah.
But then there's some players that you end up coming across that either don't participate in Combine or don't get invited, right? So that's why it's like, okay, really, pro tip, pay attention to
HBCU too, man. HBCU Combine too.
Legacy Bowl.
And the Combine, it's Combine.
Yep, the HBCU joint. That's the weekend before the Combine. And it was a couple players that are on this team. That's where they found them.
Sure did.
Right? So, Rob McDaniel, it's a couple. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. And then of course there's some players they do their pro days.
Yes.
So it's always cool to see and find out who did what at pro days. You can look that up online too. You can see some people let their notes be free and be open, others don't. Of course, not directly from teams, but from media outlets. You can still kind of see pro day activity as well.
Yeah, we miss Jeremy Chin too, bro. I miss Jeremy Chin too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Jeremy Chin could tackle.
yeah, and then
and in a space where he could tackle. I remember there was a conversation and a question that I asked Coach Quinn last season, of course, specifically about Jeremy Chin, because I had noticed over time in the season how his tackle technique, it was getting better as the season went on. And that is why you all heard me harp so much on and be just really hard on. Wait, as the season is getting on, some of these dudes, the tackling is getting worse.
Yep. Much worse.
Worse as the season went on. Yeah. And so this it's a really big deal. Yes, we talked about McDaniels at the very beginning. So you have to all that back.
Yeah, definitely.
We talked about a few people.
But yeah, we like them. We like them. We like them. We like them. We would love them to be here.
It would be a dream. It would be a dream.
It would be a dream.
A lot of options.
We got from Youssef Khan said, what do you guys think about the recent stuff that comes out about where AP wanted some young guys? Yeah, we talked about this too. Reps, by the coach. Yeah, we talked about it. I feel like, again, it's a lot of stuff being leaked out. You don't know what's true or not. But like we got to see some young guys. I don't know what, but I don't know if it's meddling. We talked about this. I don't know if it's meddling or not. It could be suggestions, suggest, but I don't know if it's meddling.
It's not meddling. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you that. It's not meddling. I meddle more than they do. I don't mind telling on myself in that regard. Yeah. So I meddle. Okay.
Yeah. Love it, man. I love the honesty, man. I love the honesty. AP 20.
But I don't.
AP top picks shown promise. Some 2025 picks had impact. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you figure 4 out of the 5 because Kane had he was inactive, and then he started on special teams, which is what you saw. And you and I had that conversation as well.
I don't include Kane because he's a 6th rounder. He's not he's the guy who fights to make the team. He's not a guy that I look at like.
And everybody said he's fast and he's physical, right? But it was already in his scouting report that he had issues tackling. He couldn't tackle, but this always goes back to if you want somebody. This goes back to whatever your program is about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you need to get people why if you want linebackers that can tackle, why would you pick somebody that?
Yeah, because he's not he's a guy as a project. he's a project, a guy that you just hope he could be on teams and maybe he can develop into a good football player. That's what but I don't look at him. Yeah, when people mention him, I kind of ignore it. I'm not gonna lie to you because he's not the player. Because growing up, like anybody who's watched football, the 6th and 7th round pick, sometimes they don't even make the team, man. Like for real, they don't. They're not even guaranteed to make the team.
Gil is simply an anomaly.
Yeah.
He didn't even play his whole last senior year, and what he was able to do when he didn't even play, and all that is a complete anomaly. It's for real, and it's tremendous that they hit on him like that. I think they hit. They got somebody. They got him one. That late was.
I heard about him. Yeah. I'm gonna read this about Scott. What's up, Scott? Appreciate you. I want to read this one. So I got Scott. He said a guy to watch how he performs in the senior games and combine this year is Bryce Lane. That's Trey Lance's brother. Bryce Lane.
And so we're gonna do a whole show because when I go to all of that, I'm gonna have the name. I'm gonna have information. So we'll do some shows, of course, because now I gotta care. Now I'm back to caring about the comp. I care, but that's an opportunity to talk to the GM and all that.
I know that's a way to kind of get the rumors about to get the rumors and maybe who can be traded and things like that.
I was last year combine. I was just sticking around being nosy to be like they gonna trade from Debo because that was my whole. I think I did a show with you.
Yeah, you told me
Debo, I told you right. I was like, I think this is happening.
Yeah.
While they're at dinner, they're trying to figure this stuff out.
I don't know. Hey, Joseph, I don't know. Kane can be a safety. I think that's a stretch. He's fast, but I don't know.
Here's what I'll say to that comment. Back in May, pulled the receipts in OTAs. I asked Coach Joe Whitt Jr. who is Kane? Like, what is his role? What is it? Yeah. And he said, we're still trying to figure out if he's more like a Frankie Louvu or a Jeremy Chin. And I was like, this is interesting.
I just think he's maybe I think I'm not saying lowly, think so low of him, but I just don't have him in my thought process.
It's one of my people. I think what they all are. I see promise. I see something that can happen.
No, I feel you. A lot of people. I'm not. I just like from the report, like when he was drafted. When I looked at him and I looked at because we did a draft show and I looked at his stuff and I kind of broke him down. And I was like, he ain't. He ain't like somebody I'm worried about. I think he could be a great special teamer. And there's nothing where you can make a good career being a great special teamer.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think that's still right there. But one thing that Coach Quinn has said out loud is if you are in the linebacker position, the first thing you have to know how to do is tackle.
There you go. Even safeties need to know how to tackle for real.
Right. So I think there was a question like about the linebackers, and that's what he said. So if that was one of his weak spots, tackling, because that was clear as day in his scouting report. So if that was one of his weak spots, then you must have him here for your special teamer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what? Yeah. That could be because Nick Bellore, a lot of people don't talk about Nick Bellore, and he's a demon out there, but Nick Bellore is like 36 or 37 years old.
Yeah, he's like that. He's like that.
He might be Nick Bellore.
Yeah.
He's like that. I just figured out a clue. Yeah. That might be Nick Bellore. That might be what it is.
But even that though, he got to step up on tackling because that man can tackle on team.
Oh well, Nick Bellore.
He can tackle. That man a demon.
One. That's true. You're right.
He can tackle. Yeah, that man can tackle.
Alternate. And so those are the kind of stories that I don't want to get lost, right? I mean, yes, punter, I know it's like ain't nobody, but punter is serious, and we still got to figure out they're gonna keep Tress. Is Tress gonna stay? That's a very important conversation that nobody's talking about. I think it's important. And then Jalen did make alternate as a returner, and then Nick Bellore. He did make he's the special teamer. He made Pro Bowl.
Todd, you got a comment about linebacker? What are you talking about? Respond to me. Did someone say linebacker? Oh, Bobby.
Why did everybody think Bobby Wagner retiring?
Nah, he ain't retiring. I don't know.
I just don't understand why everybody's thinking that. I just brought up that Nick Bellore is 37 years old.
Yeah, I don't think he's retiring. Hey, did Bobby say he was retiring?
No, I haven't. I don't. That doesn't mean he's not. I'm just wondering.
Oh, is Dean a free agent? I ain't know for the Eagles.
Well, I'm gonna go back to something that
I love Jordan McGee. You know I love Jordan McGee.
Jordan.
Taj know that. Taj, you getting on me. You know I love Jordan.
So let me. I don't know if everybody caught on to this. of what AP said in one of those clips. He said, bring in guys that are healthy. All I'm saying is you might have learned you can't bring in people that are injured.
Yeah. Or sign people that already have an injury history. Noah Brown.
He said, bring in guys that are healthy.
That are that bring in guys who are healthy. I know. I'm just saying, like, how about not re-signing people who just have injury history? How about that?
So, I mean, hey, there's 2 years in the recalibration. 2 years. I think it's lessons. That's why I need to play this. Just let me know if I need to play these clips again, because I don't want people to miss it.
I'm with you.
That was a big one, because it was a couple people that they had an injury history. They brought them in, and they didn't. He said it. We're gonna bring in some guys.
I like this question.
Who
are we going to re-sign Debo or Traylon?
I don't know. This goes back to, hey, guys that Jaden can trust and all this, that, and the third. So I
could give y'all my opinion. I'm gonna be like, they better. I want both. I want both.
You already know I'm an advocate for both, so that's why I'm like, not.
I'll say it as like as a dude who's outside. I want both. Like, easily want both. I think like Traylon showed me enough to say, like, you know what, I could take a flyer on him, period. You know what I'm saying? And it also is dependent on who they sign, who they bring in as offensive coordinator. But I'm cool with Mike McDaniels because I saw that him and Debo have a great relationship.
Who is that? Oh, yeah.
Mike McDaniels. Yeah, him and Debo got a great relationship. So I'm cool with that.
What?
And I'm cool.
They love each other.
They love each other. I know. And I'm cool with Traylon because I think Traylon showed me enough. Like, I see it. Like, I see it. No, I see it.
Can I get my flowers? Y'all go ahead and drop some flowers in the chat.
Yeah, drop flowers for her. Yeah.
For Traylon Burks.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're welcome.
You. There you go, man. Drop your flowers. Get her flowers. Bang. You know who I'm gonna give her flowers to? Because when I had her on the show, Donna couldn't stop talking about Traylon Burke.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna give her credit. I'm gonna give her credit. I'm gonna give y'all 2 credit because both of y'all
the whole day. Well, I was the one who told her. I was like, "Hey, who is that?" I was like, "Who
Donna
is that?"
she was like, I saw.
I said, "Do you see what he's doing?" Like,
yeah.
I was like, "Nobody." I looked. No other colleagues was paying attention to him.
Yeah.
I said, I got to figure out who this is. I said, I don't know him. I don't know this dude. And I said, it's not Trey. And at first I didn't think it was Trey. He had his helmet on.
Yeah.
I was looking at him, like his size and everything. Not trying to be funny, y'all, but I'm trying to figure out like who he is. And I'm like, the dude can do anything. He took his helmet off. I said, oh, that's Traylon. That is Traylon Burks. And I said, oh, he like that.
Yeah, man.
I said, oh, he like that.
I seen enough. I seen enough. Like, he should be in, but AP mentioned him, like, in terms of that presser. So you already know that they value him. They value him.
Everybody said, because I couldn't find a good way to say it, Paul. He said that Burke's tweet had me rolling because I couldn't say it because let's be honest, I'm a woman, so it was like I've been watching him the whole practice. Like, I couldn't
what
say.
Happened? What you say in the tweet? What you talking about?
I think you might have said something to me about the tweet too, because I was like, I've been watching Traylon Burks.
Oh,
the whole person watching.
I ain't gonna lie. Even like Donna talking about Trey Burks, you're killing me. She said his eyes. You can just stare in his eyes. He has really nice eyes.
I'll be doing all that.
Hey, I love Donna, man. I love Donna, Joe. I love Donna.
Definitely like
follow Donna Hopkins, man.
Yeah, awesome. Donna Hopkins.
Follow her.
Laughing.
Donna Hopkins _ man. That will get on X. That will give y'all a laugh. Donna is hilarious. Go ahead. It's hilarious.
Man, look, I'm glad it worked out because for a minute I was like, Traylon, don't make me look like no liar.
Nah, man.
All right,
Paul.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give Paul, like, everybody getting your flowers though. Here we go.
Thank you. Go. Okay, wait, because I was about to we're gonna do player interviews now.
Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Well, let me see though. Let me see, because have y'all watched the player interviews? Have y'all watched them?
The ones you did? The one we did the last show?
Mm-hmm.
We saw one.
We did some more.
Okay, yeah. Put some of the other. I know we saw them. Yeah. You showed the Von Miller one. You showed us that one.
A little bit more for them to get ready though.
All right, yeah. Give some more.
I got a little bit more. Because we got to talk about the Quan one.
Oh yeah, we didn't do the Quan. Yeah, I don't remember Quan.
It's a lot. You know.
Yeah, he said I retweeted them. Yeah. Paul said he did. He said I retweeted them. Yes.
Oh, thank you, Paul. Thank you.
Always support, man. He a good dude, man.
Yeah, man. I like talking to y'all, and it's good because yes, we do this again. This is a Bowie TV Urban Sports Scene collab, and if you are in Prince George's County, Maryland, you can find Bowie TV on Comcast channels 190 and 1097, and all of us are across all platforms. So make sure you're subscribed and you're watching us and supporting and telling people about us.
Yeah.
If you can see, we have a different approach to how we do this. Did I do Frankie? Did I show y'all Frankie's?
Yes. Show
Frankie. Frankie. Okay. So Kane. We didn't do
Kane. Didn't do Kane.
We didn't do Kane, and we didn't do Jalen and Quan.
You didn't Jalen Quan. No, didn't do Jalen or Quan.
Somebody else. Are there any other questions while all of this is going on?
Let's see what we got here. Let me look through.
Let's see if there's any more questions.
Yeah, hope we got I have a hypothetical question for y'all after the clips. Paul sees one after the clips.
Oh, after the clips.
Hypothetical after the clips.
It's a lot of clips. I think they still trying to work its way.
Oh, it's loading.
Have we answered all of the start questions?
I said I didn't start everybody, but here you go. I think Yusuf said that I had thought Bobby said this could be it coming in when he resigned. Oh, he said when he resigned, he was talking about this could be his last year. Okay. What we got here?
He don't say nothing. I mean, he doesn't talk about
Trey H. Hold on, let me see this. Trey, what's going on? Let's see. Aunt J, Coolant. Who's Trey H? Who am I thinking? Trey H is who? We getting Trey H? Trey H. Who's Trey H? You talking? No. Now I'm starting to think. Who's Trey H?
Oh no.
Give me the full name. I might be tripping right now. We got here. Yeah, that was AP's big mistake. He kept the wrong receiver. Oh yeah, Noah. He's talking about Noah Brown. Over
Trey Hendrickson from
Trey Hendrickson, got you. Oh, thank you, my guy. I mean, he's been rumored here for a while. It depends on you got the money. Look at it. Washington got money, man. They want to
money is not the issue right now.
Yeah, they want to bet. Trent says, will we re-sign Bobby?
I don't know which Bobby. Oh, is he talking
Bobby Wagner?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see.
Listen, I don't even know if they know where they are right now. There's too much has happened in the last.
Like they're all going through the situation. Look, man, they got all this is how I look at it. Your money got to be prioritized correctly, regardless of whoever you feel like you need to bring in. If there's a guy that you want in free agency, prioritize that and definitely do what it takes to bring in that person. So if you want Trey Henderson, yeah, do it.
Paul. Might be. Oh, this is a good question. No, why you ain't? Somebody said they had a question. Look at the question before that. You see that one?
Question? Oh man, I have a question. How come you and Madonna are usually the last two to ask questions at almost every press conference? Oh, that's a good question.
Because it operates based on outlet. That
is a very good question.
In other environments, being really fair, in other environments, that's not the case. Whoever's got the mic or whoever's closest to the mic.
Yeah, that's how it used to be, though.
And that's how it used to be.
It used to be. I'll be real. Like, go ahead. That's a good question.
Now it is. And I don't mind telling people why, because it's based on who they think people are based on their outlet.
To be real and to fair, because just when I used to be on the beat, it wasn't like that. It was like whoever raised their they would pass it around. It wasn't about what outlet you were. That's wild. I didn't know that. That's wild. Because it used to be if you raise your hand first, they'd be like they'll give you the mic. They didn't care who you were.
Yeah,
they respected.
Nobody cared. There was two mics, and whatever side was going first, raise your hand, and people passed the mic.
But that's how it is. It's crazy. That's how usually it is. And I mean,
that's how it is with the Ravens. That's how it is. That's how it is with the Wizards.
Basketball with the Wizards. They give it to David Aldridge, who's the most respected person. Period. He may be the last one.
It depends.
It's crazy.
Yes. That's
Yep.
it is not like that
Yeah.
across the
Yeah.
board. It's not like that across the board because I know there's been times when I've even gone to other teams'
No, it's true.
press
It's
conferences,
not.
and
It's not.
it depends on the situation. They want to make sure
Yeah.
their local beat gets
Yeah.
questions, but it's not like in order. But
Yeah.
here it is.
Yeah. That's wow. Yeah.
I'm glad you asked the question.
That's a good question. That's a very good question. That was Center Core. Yeah. That was a
It's
good
like
question.
as if people outside can't pick up on stuff like that.
Oh no. I mean, people pick up on it. I mean, I noticed it. I just thought that like I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know why. That's a good question. But the reason that's your explanation makes perfect sense, and that is crazy because it wasn't like that before. That's why it's funny to me because it was not like that with the prior people. Here you go. Yusuf says, Candi, are there any names to keep an eye out on for DC? I feel like we haven't heard much besides Patrick. Oh yeah, the interviews Patrick Graham. Who's going to be interviewed?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know.
They being real.
That's probably been more. That ain't no probably any. It's been more secretive than anything. I mean, they're really not saying much about anything.
Yeah,
a lot of times when the teams I've seen in some spaces, right, where the teams are announcing like we've completed an interview with, or we've completed.
The Ravens did shoot. The Ravens Vance Joseph.
They going for it, and so sometimes it just depends on if the coach's agent tells, or just whatever the process is. Which would be interesting because again, we understand and know that sometimes you gotta wait because of people still playing.
Yeah, we got what here. Tressa, do you believe DQ and Kliff clashed this season, which led to his departure? Do you believe that?
Do I believe?
Do you believe DQ and Kliff clashed this season, which led to his departure?
I mean, they absolutely. I mean, yes. I mean, you got. I mean, I think everybody knew that.
Yeah, there you go.
It wasn't, you could tell. Like it wasn't. I mean, they have two different philosophies. I think two different philosophies started to materialize. Another thing that came up in that last clip that I played of Adam talking about the injuries, I hope nobody missed the point that he talked about the game that they had in San Francisco where everybody got hurt.
Yeah, I mean the season.
The game he mentioned for this season was Green Bay. And that was the game that Jaden got first hurt, Dietrich Wise got hurt, Austin Eckler got hurt, Jonathan Jones got hurt, and Noah Brown got hurt. 5 players got hurt that night.
Yeah.
And it ain't never get right after that. So the fact that he mentioned that Green Bay game, I was like, yeah, that was the one.
I'll say this, Scott. Like, yeah, they have. I feel like certain teams are trying to do the Rooney Rule thing pretty early. I agree with that, but I will say the Ravens a little different because they already hit their quota. They didn't hit their Rooney. They still bringing in minorities. I don't know about the Ravens. The Ravens are a little different. Their situation, they're just bringing everybody in. Like,
I think they bringing everybody in.
They're bringing everybody in.
When it comes to having to replace a coach that's been there for 2 decades, I think they interviewing everybody.
Yeah. So like the Ravens, I think other teams are though. Don't get it twisted. I think other teams are doing the Rooney Rule quota thing. Like,
they got to. Yeah, I mean,
I'm not gonna real. Yeah, I kind of think like the Rooney Rule is it for coordinators? Is it only for head coaches though? Am I tripping, or is it for coordinators?
It might be in general.
It's in general. I feel like
I don't know because I think they had Anthony Weaver, right? Then they put a head coach. They've already the Ravens have already put Brian Flores. They interviewed him. It's a few of them. It's a few.
Oh, okay. He says HCT. Okay, coordinator.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I will say like, all right. So this is what I'm saying. Not to be mean, but Patrick Graham to me is like a Rooney Rule dude. I ain't gonna lie to you because if you look at his, and I hate to say it too, and I hate to do that, but when you look at his body of work, it's not what they need. It's not what they need. Like, put it that way.
It's not what they need.
Yeah, Salah the Ravens get Salah too. Like, nah, the Ravens situation is far different. They're like all over they're Salah, Joseph, Flores. They're legit looking. Yeah, they're different. They're legit looking. Like they're, you know what I mean? Like that's their situation. Those aren't just throwaway trying to look at hires. Like, you go, if you wanted to do the Rooney Rule thing, there's a way that you can go about bringing certain individuals, at minorities, where you'd be like, all right, you spoke to them. But these are high quality coaches that you're bringing in. It's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it just becomes a.
And I hate the rule. Don't get it. I mean, I like the rule, but I hate the way teams use the rule.
Right. Because it's really used like a check the box exercise.
Yeah.
It's not used in a thoughtful way.
Yeah. What I don't like
at all.
Yeah.
And so, so it is. What is he talking about?
Harrison. Have y'all listened to Harrison? He made.
Let's comment on that, because I talk to David Harrison just about every day.
Oh, okay. Do you talk about David Harrison? That's what
he's talking about from David Harrison from Locked On Commanders. I talk to him pretty much every day, and so number one, what doesn't maximize players. I mean, Kliff said that in his press conference.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that is also something that we saw all year long when it came to the running back room.
Yeah.
You saw it all year, all year. And no, it didn't adapt. We've discussed that on this show several times, right? In Green Bay, what we also talked about on this show was the fact that the offensive players, notably Jaden Daniels and Zach Ertz, gave all the credit to Green Bay's defensive coordinator because they knew exactly what they were doing.
Oh, man, you saw it. That's just a fact.
And we all saw it.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Also, in Kliff's press conference before the Minnesota game, he was so complimentary of Brian Flores that he made a comment in presser saying, you can't even really bother the game plan for a B-flow defense because it's so fluid. He changes it so much week to week, even in game. So he's just going to try his best to do it and just use plays and just focus on what they're good at.
Mm-hmm.
So these are conversations that we've been having all season long, and we've talked about it the entire time. You know what I mean? Including Kliff Kingsbury. He said it. You know what I mean? We've been talking about this. And this is why on this show or early in the week, I made it clear. And Lay reminded everybody too, that after that Minnesota game, I said, Kliff is not safe.
Yeah.
And if you know anybody that is an advocate for Kliff Kingsbury staying the offensive coordinator of the Washington Commanders, you need to tell them to look at these games right here. Because in December, when the only starters you're missing is Luke McCaffrey and Austin Eckler, there is no excuse for not scoring any points.
Facts.
So we don't have to. We've talked about these same points that he said on his show, and we've talked about them here as well. Because the proof was right there. That's another reason why I couldn't understand the outrage by what I was seeing about Kliff Kingsbury moving on.
I was good with it. All right, so you ready? Got clips? You got the clips ready to go?
Let's see. And I hope I answered that question.
Oh no, I think you did.
I wanted to make sure that was clear. Oh, let's see. Let's maybe something that is a bit more uplifting before we get into Quan. Let's do Kliff. Let's do Chris Rodriguez first.
Okay.
This is actually pretty festive.
Yeah. Turners just get together and catch fun.
What's up?
On our show, we do a segment called What's Your One Word? So what's your one word for how you're feeling at the end of this season?
One word, I would say bittersweet.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Okay, so I'll say bittersweet because obviously the season didn't go how we wanted to, not going to the playoffs. And then, the good part is we ended on a win against the Eagles. So, I feel like it's a plus, but at the same time, it's a minus. Obviously, we want to go to the playoffs and have more wins, but, it's all right. It's a little bittersweet.
So, you experienced the high last year. Now this year, so what have you kind of learned about yourself and then just this team?
Yeah. I feel like we're true competitors, like you said, highs and lows. This year was full of highs and lows itself, adversity. But at the same time, we're going out there competing every day, going to practice, being intentional. I feel like it was okay, but obviously there's more work to be done.
We've talked a lot about the running back room. Training camp.
Yep.
So, how do you think you guys did?
I feel like we were good. I felt like we were consistent. There were some games I feel like we could have done a little more, but it is what it is. I feel like next year we're going to be even better. I'll say that. We all have a few things that we're going to work on, and hopefully we can take the team to a different level.
So, with that being said, what does the offseason look like for you? Hopefully you take some time off, but what does that look like?
Yeah, so for me, obviously I'll take a couple weeks off, try to get my body back healthy and, just not doing much of anything for the next couple of weeks, I guess you would say. I got a trip or two planned, and then after that, training hard and having my work-ons.
Well, Chris, it is really
Appreciate you, Devo. Appreciate you, bro.
Always coming through.
Yep, always. I appreciate it.
It has definitely been a pleasure to cover you as always.
Yep.
And so here's to a great off season
Thank
and
you.
many more years to come.
Thank you so much.
That's what's up, man. That was a good. He deserves his flowers, man. That man has been thrown to the side, not appreciated, and then every time he gets to be out there and get the rock, he produces. Man, Chris Rodriguez, man, he deserves a round of applause, man, for real. I'm serious, like round of applause for Chris Rodriguez, for real, because he's a guy that I stay saying like he deserves more. He deserves more from this team that he got, and I'm glad that during the end of the season he did, like in that part of the season when he got to showcase his talents. Folks started to value and see what he can really do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he definitely was like, wish we could have did more.
I know that was telling to me. Like when he said that, I was like, yeah. He said it is. You know what people say, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
That's cold, man. Like, yeah, we could have done more, but we got the opportunity to do more. That's how I look at it. It wasn't like not to play. We could have done more, and we got the opportunity. That's how I took it.
Yeah. Yep. So, anybody have any
What up, Lou?
comments?
Mm-hmm.
We gonna
go down. Let's go next one.
Another one. I don't know where. Hold on. Maybe I just got a bunch of stuff on here. I think I do have Quan. Let's see.
Okay.
Quan Martin.
If you want me to hold it, I can hold it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I gotta hold a button or no?
No.
Just hold it right here.
Quan, it is the end of the season, and sometimes on our show we play a game called What's Your One Word? So, what is your one word to describe how you're feeling at the end of the season?
One word to describe how I'm feeling.
And I mean, hey, if it's more than one word, that's fine too.
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
Maybe we'll come back to it. There's a lot that happened this season. So, just from your perspective, how do you think your season went?
It was rough. I mean, a lot of ups and downs. Yeah, I don't know. It was rough, man. I mean, I don't know. I'm just excited for the off season. I mean, like I said, around this time last year, like I was getting double shoulder surgery, like after the season was ending. So man, I'm just, happy to come out healthy, and I get an opportunity to really just get my body exactly how I want it for the off season, and just going into the season feeling good, feeling strong, and just mentally strong.
And so with that being said, just how important is that to, like you said, you came off double shoulder surgery and just being mentally strong going into the off season? How important is that for you, or just an athlete in general?
Yeah, I mean, that's good, man. Just, hitting it with some confidence and just feeling good mentally, and just having the opportunity to, do the things we, are used to doing during the off season. I think it was my first time really, it's my first surgery ever. last year. So I think for me it was really just learning along the way. But now, like I said, I'm just glad to be healthy, and I just have an opportunity to just prepare my body for the off season. During the off season, and like I said, just get it right for the season.
I know we've heard a lot about the culture and the brotherhood. What can you share about head coach Dan Quinn and what he's brought in just building the culture and for you specifically?
Man, Coach Quinn's a great dude. Just outside of like being a coach, I think he's a great person, and he checked in with me a few times throughout the year, just making sure I was doing good physically, mentally, and that's something you just don't take for granted.
Well, thank you, Kwanya. It's always a pleasure to cover
You're
you.
welcome.
And here's to the off season and next year.
All right.
Yeah, oh man. It's like a man who lost some confidence. I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt, like a man who's lost a lot of confidence, which is definitely a change up from 2024. He looked like a man with a bunch of confidence, and now he couldn't find the words. Basically, it was rough. That's what he meant. It's rough. Yeah, man. I know we get on players and we don't.
We talk, and so he knew we were going to be on camera. He knew, so it was like,
But you can see it in his face.
You can see it in his face. And I distinctly remember that this was one of the players that I was like, yo, with this staff, he's going to excel. And you saw it in 2024. You saw it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, how much of the double shoulder surgery? Like he said, he had never been through, he hadn't had no surgery. So it's like sometimes I'm like, how much does injuries play a factor in just somebody's overall wellness?
Oh no, that's a lot.
But he's definitely one that it was like a 180.
Yeah, and it's just the body language there. You could tell it was definitely rough. Like sometimes players can fake the funk. Yeah. I mean, Trent, I don't think we used Quan right this year. It's possible.
It's possible, but it's like, but it was so similar to last. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my thing was the tackling was definitely an issue. So yeah, he
was not. But I don't know if that was because of the show.
That could be. That's why I'm gonna hold that. But I'm not going to even discount that. But I'm gonna say like in coverage he had problems too. So that's not shoulder issue. So it was a rough year, man. You could just tell. Like to me, that's a player who lost confidence. That's what it is. That's what I will say.
And he definitely had a bad moment or two in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, he did.
He definitely did.
He did.
And
but everybody did though.
Everybody
did though.
But it's like I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it was just that was just like I'm just talking about. I'm gonna just go off of what we just saw right now. That was a man to me that lost confidence. That's what I will say. Like, and I've been high on Quan. Like everybody knows. I'm like you, Candi. I was like, he's gonna thrive in this. I was like, Quan.
But watching that, that was
it was hard. It was hard. And I think because we've covered Quan for a while now, and I saw it was that was different.
Yeah,
that was different from Quan.
Yeah, you can see it, man. Like, I mean, again, I hope he has a great off season. I know that next year is his last year on his deal, so
that's how
that's the hard because they were thinking about they wanted. From what rumor was they was trying to think about resigning him, like giving him a longer deal.
Yes.
Yeah. Now this year. This year kind of changed that. Yeah, so it's
with no issue too. With no issue. Like
that was the rumor, like trying to lock him down. Yeah. So now it's different now. Yeah. How do you go from making plays to not doing anything? Yeah, I don't know, man. Because
it's rough.
Yeah. Whole defense looked lost this year. Definitely did.
But
biggest enclosed on Quan yet. I agree.
It was certain things though. Y'all know I always mention Quan and Frankie and Mikey. Now with Mikey, I feel like there was a reason. I think he was out of position.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
and I think Mikey was fooling himself too. And as a guy who supports Mikey, like he could have been fooling himself a little bit too.
But it was just like Quan, especially Quan might be the biggest whoa, like
wow,
drop off this season, like from year 1 to year 2 of this era.
Yeah.
that it's like.
No, his drop off is tremendous.
Yeah.
I mean, I think him and I will say this. I think him and Frankie are very interesting to me. Him and Frankie are like they're close. They're very close in their drop off. Because Frankie was a guy like because Frankie was a guy that the NFL put him on the best players list. Like, and he was far from it. You know, so in terms of play this year, yeah, I think. But those two are big drop offs. To your point, like you said, Mikey, you can make an argument.
Mikey, I can make an argument. He was in the wrong spot.
Yeah, you can make the argument. Yes, I agree. I totally agree with that.
But I'm talking about from players from year 1 to year 2 that you just knew, like, oh man, they gonna be lit under this. You know, they really gonna be those three. And I think when you think about the defense, without having those three at their best, that joint matters.
Oh, it did. It definitely did. It definitely did. Yeah, a lot of players had lost confidence under Whitt, to be honest. Yeah, it seems like,
it seemed like it, but it also just seemed like they weren't doing very well.
Yeah, it didn't hit. It just didn't hit. You got any more clips?
It didn't hit. No, I think I had got lost a moment there because I wasn't trying. I was confused.
No, you're okay.
And I just said no.
Oh man,
like, I don't know what happened. And it's a whole bunch of clips in here. Let me see. This might be Kane. I think that's Jordan. Let me see.
We did Jordan.
We did Jordan. I don't know where Jalen is. We did Javon. We did Chris. I think this is.
Yeah, we definitely did Javon. We definitely did Javon.
Sometimes I say everybody's name, full name, and I'm like, they know who you are.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, they know who you are. So we do a segment on our show called What's Your One Word? So what is your one word to describe how you're feeling at the end of the season? It's the end of your rookie season.
I feel like I'm excited. And a reason I picked that, I'm excited that I'm healthy. I'm excited what I've learned this year. I'm excited who I've been able to surround myself around. Just all of that knowledge and all of that kind of brought to me. It's exciting, you know. I love to learn, and to learn who I'm learning from is just amazing.
So let's talk a little bit about that. I mean, you had Coach Norton here. I was just talking to Jordan about the linebacker room. You worked a lot with Coach Izzo as well on special teams. So talk about that. What did you learn from all those folks?
I mean, I've learned a lot. You know, just being able to get back with Coach Norton and get back into how he coaches, his terminology, right? We connect really well on that. I understand what he's trying to say, and he doesn't really have to say the whole thing, but I understand. And then just with the guys in the room, like I'm able to learn behind a guy that just was third in the all-time tackle list. Like there's very little people that get to say that, right? I'm learning from Von Miller. There's very, very little people that get to say that. So for me, that room meant everything for my development. The people in there are amazing. Just help on and off the field, and so yeah. And then Izzo, when you have a special teams guy like that to do what he did when he was playing, and then to come back and be able to give that knowledge back to me has been everything. He's one of the people that got me on the field this year. So I have nothing but respect for Izzo, and I'm just glad that I was able to learn from him.
And so I've been asking folks this question as well about head coach Dan Quinn. This is your first time working with him, right? And so I don't know what you may have heard about him before you got here, but since you've had a year with him now, with all the things Dan Quinn.
Yeah, I mean, I love DQ. He's a great coach. I love how he's trying to get the brotherhood to come together. I really believe in that. I believe in, you know, what he's bringing to the table and what he wants to do with this organization. So I think I'm a big DQ guy. I think he'll be great, you know, for us, and he understands everybody and he knows everybody, so that kind of helps out as well.
Well, Kane, it has been a pleasure.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to get to know you as well.
And I look forward to continuing coverage of you and all the great and wonderful things that you're doing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay. I like that. He's a good kid. Look, man, you know what? You about to have me change my mind about Kane Madrid. I just like the way he talks about like vets. I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm like,
I had you loving everybody. Don't stick with me, Wole. Stick with me. You're gonna be critical, but stick with me.
I kind of like his temperament.
Relationships I build, and they all right.
I like his temperament. I ain't gonna lie to you, because it's just like it's a kid who's trying to soak up knowledge. Man, you know what?
For sure.
I mean, right now you a special teamer. I hope you become bigger. I hope he becomes bigger than that. Like the way he talked about, like he's right, because that's a real smart way of looking at it. I'm in a room with a guy who's third in all time in tackles. I'm in a room with with Von Miller. Like, how can I not learn?
I mean, what kind of blessing is it to be able to learn from Bobby Wagner and Von Miller and keep it a buck, Ken Norton Jr. as well? You know what I'm saying? Ken Norton Jr. I think that flies under the radar. The caliber of
course, linebacker he was,
the linebacker that he was, and just the leadership and championship pedigree that he carries with himself. Man. And people don't have that. I mean, even in the league, they don't have that, you know. So for Kane to be able to articulate that with that question was dope.
No, I love it.
Definitely dope. Now, I think the only other missing ones, but I don't think they're loaded, are interviews with Percy Butler and with Jalen Lane. Okay. So make sure you all are subscribed to Bowie TV.
Yeah, please.
You can find them under videos, under shorts. We'll be airing them on the TV channel as well over the weekend. But that's kind of it for the night. I mean, for tonight. I mean, so this is part 1 and part 2 of the end of the season.
It was great.
We definitely want to get into the off season, because we've been talking about the off season, but we played that last year. You gotta go back. We played that in part 1.
And tell them about the book. Tell them where to find it, though. Tell them.
We played that one in part 1.
Hey, bro.
And it is on Bowie TV. You can find it right now. As soon as you guys stay on here with us first, but on Bowie TV's YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'm about to find a link. I'm about to put it in the chat.
Maybe you can find a link and put it in the chat.
I'm gonna do that for him. I got you.
Definitely, yes.
That one you guys see. That one, like if you gonna don't miss any of them. But that's the one you got to see. Like, Kinlaw is like, man, he is a national treasure. Say that way. He a local. He a DMV treasure. That's all I ain't gonna put national. He a DMV treasure.
Gosh.
That man is what?
Yes.
What? That man. That's all I'm gonna say. That was probably so intrigued. That was awesome. He was awesome. I got it right here. You know what? I found it. He got the shades on. Look. Got it. I'm copying this. Yes, I'm copying that. Hey, here you go. I got you. Mandarin Nation. Mandarin's Nation. I got you. It's in the copy and paste this for yourself. Copy and paste it. Copy and paste it. There you go. You're welcome. You've been blessed.
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, you've been blessed. Yes, big fan of his. He signed my jersey. Okay, what's up? He said, big fan of his. He signed my jersey. Yeah. He got a fan in me forever. Oh, that's dope. He did that and mailed it back to me. Oh, wow.
He's a good dude. There's a lot of good humans. Everybody was like, we need some goons. Well, they showed you they be on.
Yeah, I want more. I ain't gonna lie. I want more goons. But he's a goon. I know he a goon. I can tell he a goon. I ain't worried about him. I can tell he a goon. I ain't worried about him.
But yes, he was on there. Javon is a huge advocate for Bowie TV, and individual. He loves Bowie TV, and he and I definitely have hit it off. He's dope.
You should have him on when you do one of your not including me. When you do one of your shows, you should make sure he's a guest. So you got to go through the channels and stuff. Can he come on?
During the off season, they can do what they want. So
get him in the off season for yourself. I'm serious.
During the off season,
get him.
During the off season, they can.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
He's a good dude. So that's a great story, and I would tell him about that story. Be like, you know what?
He's Southeast DC. I think he's South. He ain't Southeast.
He was from Northwest.
He I think he uptown. He uptown. Yeah, look, not Southeast. He's uptown, man.
He's a good person. He cool. But check out the interview, and he's been a pleasure to get to know over the last year and to cover. So, it is unfortunate. Yes, this is the season finale.
Yeah. Season.
Just the season. And so
yeah, we talked that. That was we talked about it, Scott. That was
another
the tight end.
The tight end coach?
It already happened. They already did it. They did it.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
They did it. Are you talking about that? Tweet
I'm
about
that's what he's talking
interview
about.
already. Yeah, the tight end coach already happened for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I think he's a minority too. I think he's a minority too. Actually, I think he is. I think he's a minority too. Okay, wasn't on then. Yeah. I got you, Scott.
Yeah, no, this has been this season didn't turn out the way we wanted it to, way anybody wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? We all got to experience it together, and I hope you all have enjoyed your time watching with us all season long. Now, it's not like we're going anywhere.
We're going nowhere. We got some shows.
The off-season coverage, and we're just going to keep doing shows to talk about more coach hirings and firings and the coaching carousel and what that means for the Commanders. Very soon, I'll be getting into just schedule stuff, not because the schedule is out, because we know the schedule doesn't come out until May.
Yeah.
But just really taking a look at opponents and what the opponents are doing, what they're up to, who they're hiring, who they're signing. This is going to be big. And we're going to have updates all throughout the off season. Sometimes I take off. I be gone for like a month. Well, last year I was working the whole month of January.
Oh yeah.
Last year.
You got draft season.
So now I'm just going to be.
You probably going to be on clock because they're going to be waiting because you got openings now.
I'm going to be on the clock. This is important. This is important.
Yeah.
Especially with another thing that I thought was interesting that Adam Peters said, and I think I'll leave y'all with this before we roll, is some of the guys that got injured that they're going to get back. And I was like, well, who's he talking about? Other than Jaden?
Oh, it's not Jaden.
That's it, right?
I mean, Armstrong. I'm trying.
Okay. So like Dorrance.
Doran.
Okay.
Because Wise got Wise was on 1 year deal, right? Was Wise a 1 year deal, right?
They'll bring him back.
You think so?
For sure.
Okay. I mean, he's cheap anyway. I mean, not to be
right. I would think, but okay.
Dorrance, I mean, I'll bring Vaughn back before I bring. No, I'll bring Vaughn back before I bring
Javonte. I'm just thinking about when he said injured.
Oh yes, Javonte, definitely. Maybe those three. Yeah, I can't think of anybody else that impacted
that was injured.
That can impact the team.
Oh, maybe like Tyler Biotic. I mean, Sam.
He got in the end of the year though, right?
He got hurt. I don't know.
No, I think it's definitely the players you just referred to. No wide receiver that was hurt. Zach.
Luke. Maybe he's talking about Luke McCaffrey.
I mean, he can talk about you, Luke McCaffrey. He can talk about. Maybe he could. No, he can talk about it because I know he's cool with the family, so he can talk about. I'm not counting Luke for him. I'm not counting Luke McCaffrey. Good, solid player though. Solid player, not a player that's going to change the game in life, but he's a solid player. He's a contributor. That's why he's a great contributor.
Because he's not talking about. Well, all right. Let me. Okay.
Amos, Trey Amos, definitely.
Well, Trey, right, for sure.
That's a good one, Trey. Trey definitely. Trey definitely changes. Trey definitely.
Game day Trey. Don't forget, if you start calling him Game Day Trey, I wanted to, Game Day Trey.
Yeah,
you'll know that you got it from me. Game Day Trey. Because I told him he treats every day like it's game day. Because I called him Game Day Trey.
Trey was like that, man. He when he was drafted, I was like mad.
He was just no fear. I remember he picked Debo off. Debo was like, Debo turned around so fast. Where he come from?
Yeah, he was really good. I like Will. I mean, I wanted Will Johnson from Michigan, but everybody knows I'm biased. And Will Johnson was just like that. But I was like, when we got Trey Amos, I was like, okay, I see how he is good. So I'm not even mad at it. He's good. He's really good. So
he's really, really
I mean, he ain't better than Will Johnson, but he's really good though. Like he's really good though. So
where's Will Johnson name?
Arizona. He killed it too. He had a vicious grade. He was like a top rookie when he was healthy, and he got hurt. And he was,
I was about to say, I think he one of the people who got hurt.
Yeah,
but
he was
It's crazy because there's so many good players on not good teams as a whole. It's crazy how things.
Yeah, it's just
everybody can't be a winner. Everybody can't be a winner.
No, man, everybody can't. Yeah, Baptiste. Yeah, we talked about Baptiste. She said Baptiste.
Yeah, I talked about Javonte. Yeah.
Javonte.
Okay.
Yeah, Baptiste is definitely going. Yeah, I think he's a player that can definitely help this team. Touchdown, Luke. See them with Santiago. We're not going to do that. And I know.
I was just going down the list.
No. But he know why he did it. He did that for me. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that with Luke.
Luke did all right. Luke was all right though.
He's all right. No, I say all right. I ain't say he bad. I just said he ain't. Look, when we talk about players that could change the outcome of a game, Luke is he is a contributor. He's not like the guys that you mentioned can literally help. Like Trey Amos can help Washington win games. Like that's the impact. You know what I mean? Like, shoot, we talked about, you mentioned who earlier? Trey, Jaden. Those guys, like, they help you win games.
Jaden, that's it.
Yeah, they help you win games. Like that's a change. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, Armstrong helps you win games. He was on a record. He was on a sack a game record. Like at pace. So those are guys who I think like change.
You saw.
No, he was awesome. He was playing awesome. He was awesome.
Pass rush. Once he left,
it got bad. Nah, you're right. That I will say, like the pass rush wasn't the greatest, but when they lost him,
that was it.
He lost all types of getting to the quarterback on a normal 4-man rush. But to your point, I was like, yeah, those are impact players. Luke had a touchdown too. I'm not mad at it, but. I mean, shoot. That's like me. Like, I know Traylon Burke better than Luke McCaffrey, so I ain't even worried about anybody about Luke. Traylon better, Debo better. You already know Terry better. Luke can get in when he fit in. Put it that way. Oh, Gearsell, my man's wild. This is the funniest dude ever.
Anyway,
he has a picture, but
we're gonna
spends
close out and thank y'all.
Yeah, thank y'all. Drake Jackson. Yeah, hope Drake Jackson.
Yeah, give him a shot.
He's come back.
Come back. Give him a shot. Come back. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Yeah. He's somebody else who worked back through injury. He was able to play those last few games. Bring him back. Why not?
I agree.
Why not? You guys, full off season ahead. Yep. There will not be a dull moment at all. And we're going to go ahead and close this one out because guess what? We'll be talking again next week anyway. So anyway, that does conclude though this season's, Coach from the Couch series. All we're going to do is come back with a Coach from the Couch for the all season. So it's the same thing.
Yeah, that works.
All right, y'all. Have a good night. Thank you.